Yo. Quick intro today. We ain't gonna prolong you. We got a lot to talk about, and some of the guys ain't gonna be here for that long. So we definitely wanna, you know, take as much time as possible to get the show going and speak our piece because it's definitely a lot to talk about today.
what he
Yes,
said.
What
What
you
he
say,
said.
Mello and Noah?
it's a lot to talk about, bro. It is
What's
a
that?
lot, a lot happened this week.
A lot
What's
now.
A
Go ahead, Mello.
lot.
Go ahead, Mello. Speak. You're down there with the
all I
coffee
gotta say is,
and the
hey, I'm with the
salmon.
crawfish right now.
You
All
know
I
what I'm
gotta say
saying?
is, what's that 1-800 number that you supposed to call when you feeling some type of way? You might need to put that at the bottom screen because there's a lot of people out here committing something. Boy, they out here sitting committing treason. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, and I just want to start off to say this. Now we got the PlayStation Showcase. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get everybody opinions and reviews on that. Factions being delayed. The
Oh,
media
Delayed. That's the
delayed.
term.
Oh,
That's the term we
not
use. It.
delayed, delayed.
That's the
Wait.
term we using.
wait,
We're gonna
delayed.
use
Or,
we're gonna use it for the intro. We're gonna use it for the intro.
okay.
All
Correct.
right.
Delayed or possibly canceled. Right. Right.
Under consideration.
Under
That's
consideration. You feel me?
Oh shit.
Then we got the media bias after the PlayStation Showcase. Blatant media bias. You know, you blame. I'm talking about directors at the top of these companies coming out showing their bias,
They
their
true
true
colors.
colors. You feel me?
They ain't even trying to hide it no more, huh?
We got the
Man,
issue with Embracer Group, not getting that $2 billion investment. Is that an open door invitation for Phil to go in there and swoop up IDOS and Crystal Dynamics, or some any other studios since they need the funds over there.
oh
Um,
shit.
we got the Microsoft Activision. They're filing their appeal. Then we got the appeal notice today that begins on May 30th, and so much other stuff. So as you look, as y'all come in, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? And we know we only got 12 of y'all watching now. That's cool. We still gonna do a show like it 50 million of y'all watching. You feel me? Thanks for
Absolutely. Tell a friend
everybody
and tell
showing.
a friend, man. Tell a friend and
Brilliant.
tell a friend.
The blue one, Garuda Legends was up. Thank y'all for showing out. Anybody else that's in the chat that haven't responded in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Oh, play. I gotta get play on here. Play, you still coughing? I got to get. We're gonna get play on here too.
Real
We're
Mac.
past that. We're past. Let me see, because Pastor say, let me see.
I
Let me
ain't
see
50,
here.
I'm 50 million people. That's a
Give
fact.
me yeah. I when I was growing up and I was doing music, man. Sometimes when we went to shows, we didn't
Hmm.
have large crowds. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
But
Come
we
on now.
still hit that stage and perform like we was in front of 5,000 people. The
like you
show
supposed
must go
to.
on.
Like
You
you
never know
supposed
who
to.
watching. You never know who
For
watching.
real.
Yeah, so you never know who watching.
All right, all right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so we had a wild week. Now, I really want to start off like this. Okay. Before this
We
showcase, and maybe many people that's on this panel and in this chat was told this is the end of Xbox. We were
man.
told this is the final blow,
What?
final countdown.
I'm trading my system in.
We was told
Man,
it is over. It is
it's
a
time to
wrap.
jump shit.
Sony finna clean up. You had people out on Twitter taking pictures of their Series X being sold off, saying they was
Man,
done with Microsoft. In
it was
expectations that Sony was going to slaughter Microsoft at this PlayStation showcase. Let
man.
me tell you something. Me
We
and
talking about a
Noah,
Laker sweep. A Laker
man,
sweep.
it was man, me and Noah woke up to
I got to throw
DMs.
my shots. My bad.
No, you don't, brother. Don't. They are worth it. We woke up to DMs after DM after. We couldn't even sleep. We was getting pinged with so many notifications during the night into the day about how Microsoft was dead, down and out, and couldn't recover.
Phil Spencer destroyed Xbox. That's what I heard. Phil Spencer
They said
destroyed
Phil
Xbox.
wasn't the man for the job. They said Jim Ryan was the Phil Slayer, and look where we're at right now.
My God.
How the times have changed in such a short amount of time.
How the mighty have fallen, right? It's looking kind of crazy.
Man, if it's funny what happens in a day. It is funny what happens in so we're gonna talk about it, right? Let me pull this up while we're gonna pull up the PlayStation.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, cause bitch, I'm banging.
You feel me?
It ain't no fun.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that's been petty on them Twitter spaces. Put foot to neck. I'm telling you.
Look, man. Look, man.
Every chance you get, put foot to neck.
Look, it's crazy, man, that, you know, we were told, you know, about a multitude of games that were supposed to show up and be exclusive. Right?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's we're just gonna talk. We're gonna get into it, man. We're gonna get into it. So we're gonna start off like this, right? I'm gonna start off because me and Mello did the live stream. So we're gonna start off with our brother Noah, who I think went and watched the showcase afterwards because he wasn't able to live stream with us. So we're gonna get his perspective when he finally sat down and watched that trash ass show. You take it away, Noah.
Go ahead, do your thing.
All right. What's up, bro? What's up? I'm gonna be 100% honest, right? You gotta look at that show from two perspectives, right? If that show would have randomly dropped on a Tuesday, a random Tuesday, there's some games I would want to play. There's some good games, Sean, and most of those games are multi-plat. So I'm not knocking this show from a gameplay aspect. I want to get that out the way. But I will say this: before the show started, I had PlayStation guys tell me we were going to see Grand Theft Auto 6
exclusive,
Metal Gear Solid 3 exclusive, Ghost of Tsushima 2, Ben Studio, Santa Monica's new game, SOCOM remastered, Killzone, Infamous remastered. I done heard it all. This showcase was supposed to be the big boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bam.
Sunset Overdrive 2. I heard that one. I laughed out the gym on that one. Somebody told me Sunset. I'm like, bitch, where? How, nigga?
Where, nigga? Where?
Where?
Oh, where? And I know we're gonna talk about this later, but I was at least expecting to see factions too, and that question got answered today.
Man, hey, hold on, Noah. Hold on, I know you getting your back, bro.
Yeah.
My petty level was so strong, bro. I was about to make a lost and found milk carton website. I was gonna do it. Like I was working on the thumbnails and the goddamn the new video, and then this news broke. Go ahead, bro.
We might as well all address it at one time, but I think you get where I'm going with this, right?
Yeah.
The expectations were through the roof. Through the roof. J-Dubs on Twitter, he made like 100 posts in 30 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 seconds.
Now we got memes of J-Dub looking depressed and deflated over this show.
Man, it was the button up for me. I ain't even gonna. It was the button up for me. That man had on a red stripe polo button up. Looking like he was ready to go work at Best Buy. I'm done, bro.
I don't need to tell you that this show did not meet expectations and didn't come nowhere close to what the PlayStation guys were hyping it. Not only that, now they're running with Sony was holding back. No, Sony is closing studios. Sony is downsizing. Sony is canceling projects. This is the
Down
reality.
bad. Them niggas down bad. That's the reality. Dude. Them niggas is down bad. They ass is out in the wind. Do you hear me?
This week has been slaughtered back to back to back. And all the media buyers in the world can't cover for this shit, bro.
Nah.
Every day, ever since the showcase, it's been bad news, bad news, bad news.
You can't fix this with Coke bottle glasses. You cannot fix this with Coke bottle glasses. I seen what I seen. I ain't blind, bitch.
Oh, one more thing. How dare Sony show off that trash behind remote playing PlayStation controller with a screen during the showcase, right? But what is going on, bro? Who greenlit that?
Damn.
Who greenlit that?
Oh, y'all might. So you ain't feeling that?
No, you can't. You have to have a PS5. You have to have a PS5 to play it. Like there's the thing has serves no purpose if you're not anywhere near your PlayStation 5, or I don't even know if you can remotely connect to it through Wi-Fi, like if you're in a different area.
Yo, who is that? 108? 108? You want to hop on 108?
What's good,
Yeah.
10? What's good?
Come through, bro. Come through.
I'll DM you the link, man, if you want to come through 108.
They show some earbuds. Earbuds, a remote, a PlayStation 5 controller with a screen, because it's not a handheld.
Like a Batman
It's a-
boomerang.
Folks was like,
That
did they
motherfucker
split
like
that bitch in,
and a movie
that bitch in half?
and a movie trailer.
Bro, I said I seen that somewhere, and I remember when people was asking for them to bring out PSP to combat Nintendo Switch. I seen the mock-ups of that, the screen sitting in between the controller. It was a lot.
Yeah, I think we saw that in the patent.
And they went out. It was a fan concept where he split the PS5 controller in half and set a big ass screen in front of it, in the middle of it, and put PSP on there. And then what does Sony do? They come out and do the same thing, but guess what?
No,
It's a remote device only, meaning that it only operates with. Oh man!
So they Milli Vanilli the goddamn gaming controller, the whole show.
Yeah, bro.
It's a motherfucking Wii U situation.
Bro, it's not even that. They canceled factions too and gave you a remote play device instead.
No,
Bruh.
no. You can wait till you get home.
Good Lord. When are they going to fire Jim, bro? When are we going to see? When are we going to see fire Jim plastered all over Twitter? Like they blame Phil for everything.
Dre, what's up, Jay?
I'll be real with you. Post Mello. At this point, I think we'll see a Bannon release on PS5 before we see factions too. That's just my take, bro.
Let me tell y'all something, right? This is why you have to kind of often step away from the echo chamber that is Twitter, right? And you often look. It's been 2 years, right?
2 years ago,
you feel me? In the whole process of this 2 years, PlayStation community has been talking nothing but Xbox the whole time.
What he said.
The whole 2 years. What
the
Phil
fuck he
ain't doing.
said.
What Xbox isn't offering. The shape Xbox is in. Xbox is not delivering. They can't compete with this. They can't compete with that. This Xbox. Because they got so comfortable and content with Sony. They got in their mind that say, you know what? You ain't got to worry about Sony no more. They always deliver. And what happened?
Come on, man.
What happened? In the midst of 24 hours, these niggas go from Xbox is dead PlayStation is about to dominate and take over. To what the fuck was that? To making excuses saying the ABK deal is the reason why they didn't show nothing. The media is out there protecting Sony because they don't want to get blacklisted.
Look, I actually agree with the ABK deal. Because, bitch, y'all got exposed. Nah, your bitches ain't got multiplayer games. Y'all was riding on the back of goddamn Call of Duty, and they snatching that motherfucker up under y'all rug, and now they exposing y'all ass. Y'all ain't got shit over there. It ain't shit there.
So now we're making excuses now, right? Then y'all went from trashing the showcase right after, and then the next day y'all flipped the narrative again and said the showcase
it wasn't that
was
bad.
great.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was great. I mean, first party didn't show up, but if you were gamers, it was good for you. What the fuck are we doing?
It was good for you, bitch. Where?
I say it was a great Xbox show. It was a great Xbox show. I saw a lot of games. I can't wait to play on my Xbox.
And it's crazy because Sony ran out there, jumped off the porch, and did the exact same thing y'all criticize Xbox for. Show y'all games that's going to be on your PlayStation. Right? Showed y'all nothing but CG. You guys don't have a path.
CGI.
You guys don't have a roadmap for the next 2 years in terms of what to expect from PlayStation first party. Not a roadmap. They showed you nothing but CGI trailers that didn't have a narrative around them to kind of intel what you were looking at.
What the fuck we was even looking at?
They
showed Street Fighter.
You had a motherfucking Haven game, which is a game as a service CGI trailer where you I guess you're gonna be battle for heist jobs, but you can do that on GTA in terms of heist missions. You have Firewalk Studio game that's Concord that was a CGI trailer that tried to do their best to mimic the Starfield trailer.
Bruh. Oh, you talking about Starship Troopers? Starship Troopers.
No, I'm talking about the.
You talking about that game, the Concord? You talking about the Haven? Was it Haven?
Oh, Concord.
Haven Studio.
Look at the trailer. Go look at the trailer.
Concord didn't even show shit.
I know.
It was a CGI. It was CGI.
But they was trying to mimic what Starfield did in their intro. Remember the sandwich sitting on the what's the name?
Shout out to you, Post. Thank you. I'm going to pull up both. Man, thank you. I got some mad content.
Spider-Man 2 showed, but I wasn't impressed, especially when I went back and looked at it on my OLED TV. You saw some of the framing issues. You saw some of the inconsistencies in the textures, some of the mid textures, pop-ins. And look, it didn't get, and none of these games had a release date. The same thing y'all tripped over and complained about Microsoft showing too much CGI trailer and not gameplay and not giving release dates. They did that the whole time on what mattered in terms of their first party content. And this now, how I look at it, because Microsoft is in a strong position, right? Microsoft is in a strong position, right? At least they came out and said, look, y'all ain't gonna have no first party games for the first 2 years. We're just gonna get that out the way now. You know what I'm saying? Didn't have any launch titles. You know, that shit, it hurt it. But Microsoft got an opportunity right now to show Avowed, to show Hellblade, to show Fable, right?
Let's keep it real though. PlayStation really didn't have any true PS5 exclusives either. Right about it's PS4, PS5.
Cross-gen.
Horizon Forbidden West is cross-gen. Returnal could have ran on the PS4. Ratchet and Clank could have ran on the PS4.
Oh, what's the name?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then everything else has been pretty much remasters of.
Spider-Man 2 is going to be the first next gen only PS5 game.
That game can run on PS4 too.
That game can run on PS4.
Hold on, wait. Before we go further, are we going to give credit to a platform that's removing the ability to play on last gen just for the sake of it to call it next gen?
No, I never did. No,
Do
I
we give
never
credit
did.
to the? Oh, do we give credit to the platform that makes games that can't run on the last gen console?
Look,
See, that's the difference. That's the difference.
look, look. Already, right? Already out the door. Let me see. Hey, Dre, I'm hitting you up on the
Oh, yo,
Discord,
what up,
man.
Dre? What up, Dre?
Dre, I'm hitting you up on the Discord. Check your Discord
62
in the
was
DM.
good.
Check your
Garcia,
DMs in
what's
the
going
Discord,
on,
Dre.
man?
I will say this, man. I will say this.
Do what it do.
This was one of the worst showings I ever seen Sony do. Right? And
No, they don't.
prior to this, we stated on multiple shows that look, we know they already announced that Spider-Man 2 is the only first party game that's coming out this year, right? They announced that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then after that, we get the conference meeting where Jim Ryan and Herman Hurst comes out and talk about PlayStation, the future of it, the numbers and everything else, and they tell you, well, you're not getting our games as a service until 2025, right?
Damn.
Right. So then the PlayStation Showcase come, and the only game they got first that's announced for next year, 2024, that is first party is Concord.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's it. Hey, that's if they don't get axed.
Right.
That's if they don't get axed. Post.
You've got Deviation Game, which has been canceled. You have Faction 2, which looked like it's being scaled, is being canceled because
it's a fucking
if a game is in development hell, you scale up and not scale back if you have faith.
they are sex slaving last.
They say, yeah, we're going back to single player. This shit too tough.
You didn't complicated for us, nigga.
I think it's been like 3 games.
More than one person on the screen.
I think it's like been 3 games that's been canceled so far. You didn't close down studios
that we know of.
You didn't also came out and stated that last year in 2022 wasn't a good year for y'all financially, right?
Amen.
And post. I don't know if you were planning to speak or we're planning to speak on this or not, but PSVR 2, the numbers that came out.
Yeah, the PSVR 2 numbers, and this is all of this is happening, right? We're hearing this stuff in the midst of looking back over that period of time from 2022 to now, how the PlayStation Nation is tweeting about how Sony is just dominating and doing all this stuff. They're dominating, selling this, selling that, but then they just came out and told you that financially in 2022
we fucked.
So you're cutting games, you're killing studios, right? You're probably, and this is why
they
you
selling their ass to PC. Don't forget it. They selling their ass to PC.
You're selling your ass to PC. You're thotting. You're too easy out here, right?
It was $60, now it's $20 for it.
Right.
You motherfuckers, fanboy said that'll never happen. Go ahead.
Right. And so it's man, you're out here saying, look, we need to do 10 to 12 games as a service games by 2025 because if we keep going at this rate from a first party perspective, spending 150, 200, 250 million on these first party games, we're not recouping at a fast enough rate to sustain this.
Hey, hold on. I forgot to throw another alley-oop. Hold on, I got another alley-oop for you. Don't forget about Days Gone, the game they canceled. The company coming out saying, hey, Days Gone 2 could have been ready for the showcasing.
Oh yeah, buddy did come out and say
gameplay. That. He said we would have been ready for the showcasing with gameplay, but we got canceled for Last of Us, who's missing in action. But I'm gonna digress.
You're not, and you're not recouping. You're not, and you're probably not recouping it all. either, right?
Mm-hmm.
At a fast enough pace that because as you're selling games and you're recouping the cost, it's going right back out because you're still in the process of funding other projects and things like that, right?
Man.
So you're not and look, man, this is
Game
now
selling under 10 million. Don't forget the game selling under 10 million.
right.
Come on now.
And now you see why. And people say Sony. Now you see why we said that they're scared of Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
Because Microsoft is a company with a $2 trillion market cap, right? That everybody makes fun of it. But it allows them or put them in a position where they can take losses until they are successful.
They can take the hit.
They can take the hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Sony can't afford to do that, right? When Microsoft announced the acquisition of ABK for pretty much $70 billion, that was a statement across the industry into Sony. Look,
y'all ain't about this life. Y'all ain't about this life. Y'all ain't about this life, nigga.
Y'all want to?
You want to post the bear, bitch?
You want to?
You want to post the bear, bitch?
Let me get my motherfucking check.
Let me show you what this nigga can do. I'm gonna see what this money can do.
So now you see the urgency of why Sony was pressing and doing everything they was doing, even out there hoteling, snitching in the hotel,
to my hotel.
You know what I'm saying? On the ABK deal, because guess what? If Microsoft already has, right? They already have ZeniMax, right, in Bethesda, right? If they get Activision, Blizzard King, it cuts in half. It speeds up their plan, right? Their pipeline
off, nigga.
of what they're trying to do.
Off.
You cut the wad off on your you don't
cut that wad off.
But yeah, you cut the wad off on your competition because
Call of Duty was carrying their goddamn franchise,
right.
nigga.
So we finna bat what got you eating over there, right? We finna bat. We finna take your plate. We finna take your food, right? But this also gonna help you. So what we're gonna do is, and we're gonna fuck up your pipeline, because if you eating that much off Call of Duty every year and it's funding your studios,
let me go ahead and get that from you.
Well, we're gonna take that and we're gonna steal Call of Duty every 2 years. We're gonna put the development every 2 years. We ain't gonna do it every one. You ain't finna eat off us every year. So you can't expect that Call of Duty bump every year. We're gonna take that to the 2 years, right? Then the next thing is gonna do, look, Phil said, look, we're gonna free up all those studios, right? We're gonna start letting those studios get back. So what did you do? You take the Call of Duty IP, you get a dedicated studio behind that IP that wants to work on that IP and that IP alone. You extend
Infinity
that
War.
to 2 years. You extend that to 2 years, right? It's been enough developers that's been laid off that needs jobs where you can feel a plethora of positions. Give them their own building. Give Call of Duty their own building, and all of that, like you did with Ninja Theory, and let them work. You open up the other multitudes of studios there, because you know why? You have Game Pass. You want to feed that engine. You want to be able to put out 2 or 3 major games a year. If you get Activision Blizzard King, that speeds up Microsoft pipeline and put them in a position where they can do that. Because now you have damn near 40 studios, well, close to 40 studios working on multiple games at the same damn time. And you have it now owns some of the biggest fucking IPs in the industry that prints money. Sony is fucking scared of that. And if you sit up here and say they not
terrified,
if you sit up here and say they not, then you are stupid. Are stupid. Microsoft is what, at damn near 30 studios right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, sound about right.
Yeah, about 30.
Well, Activision Blizzard didn't be damn near at 40, bringing in 10,000 workers. You mean to tell me, in gathering all that in terms of being able to put out games at scale, all shapes and sizes, from single A all the way up to triple A, on a rampant gate, on a consistent. Man,
Post. Come on, bro. Post. And what's crazy is this. Even crazy. I'm sorry, I don't even want to say it. Just even crazy. This is like the icing on the cake type shit. Yeah. We got some of the titles that y'all boast and bragged over coming over here in its ownership. Ain't none of that third party bullshit, exclusive bullshit. We own the shit. They learn from fucking Sunset Overdrive, and they learn from fucking Rise. We gonna own the fucking titles instead of doing this lease and renting shit, which was hurting they fucking back end.
And look. I know we doom and gloom. I know they doom and gloom Xbox a lot, right? They doom and gloom, but y'all gotta look past the bullshit, right?
Exactly.
Look at the position that Microsoft is in.
Let me piggyback off you, Post. Let me piggyback off you.
Go ahead.
The same guys telling you, or been telling us, 25 million plus Game Pass subscribers ain't shit. Or some of the same dudes running around telling you 600,000 PSVR 2 is a success.
Facts.
Bro,
shit.
They created.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Noah. Say it so they can hear what you just said.
The same guys running around on Twitter telling us that 25 plus million subscriptions. Mm-hmm. That means that every month Microsoft gets revenue off of 25 million plus subscribers, telling us that ain't shit. It's unsustainable. But I hear telling us 600,000. Thousands. Not a million, 600,000 PSVR 2 is a success.
Man, ain't no fucking way, boy.
They manufactured, they were supposed to make 3 million of those things at launch. They cut it down to 2. They couldn't even sell 33% of the supply. And when it came out like 2 months, and I bought one.
Goddamn VRs.
Yeah, and remember I bought one. So you know what? This thing's dead. This thing's DOA.
Shout out to Onion Mike with the $5. It's looking ugly over there. Spider-Man, all Sony got for the next 2 years. Them fuck niggas down to their last checker on the board.
On the board. Facts. Hold on, folks. I don't think it registered, bro. 630. They ain't sell 30. They ain't sell 33%, Post. You made 2 million PSVR 2.
Mathematician of the show. Mathematician of the show.
He's dropping them numbers.
You made
math. Tell him that math ain't mathing, nigga.
It ain't mathing, bro. Look, when this thing came out, March, February.
February. It came out February.
It came out February, March, April, May. So we're going on June. We're going on about 4 months.
Okay.
It's been 4 months.
We're mathing that. 4 months ago.
They manufactured 2 million and could only. This is ship, not sell. They shipped 600,000.
600,000.
That ain't even 33%. That means you got near 1.4 million PSVR 2 with dust in the warehouse.
It said, "Put your pussy on the screen. I give you $1,000."
Oh my
God!
Look, but Game Pass ain't successful though. Game Pass unsustainable.
Man.
Look,
all right.
Hey, look, this, and you know what?
All right.
You know what the funny thing about this that people didn't even realize? They showed y'all games that was already showed last year at Summer Game Fest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that Plucky Squire. The Plucky Squire. Xbox showed that.
Immortal last year at Summer Game Fest.
I think Xbox showed Plucky Squire. Then they like last year, and they didn't Xbox show Plucky Squire?
Bro, they regurgitated content, and guess what? They showed y'all a movie.
The movie trailer, bro.
Gran Turismo. Hey, so
nigga, Street Fighter was it for me, bro. That was it. Like, you can get this in like 2 weeks.
But Final Fantasy 16 here. If you want to see, here, take a look.
Look, I said, look.
What the fuck?
Look, even during the show, I say when they show Final, they just gave you a state of play on Final Fantasy 16. This showed you. This show
Man.
goes to show that it was filler, right? It's filler, and guess what? Guess what? All the games from what they said, Silent Hill 2 was going to be there. They said Wolverine. This is the fan base. Silent Hill 2, Wolverines, Faction 2, GTA 6, Castlevania,
Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Ghost of Tsushima 2,
Ben Studio new game.
Ben Studios new
Santa
game,
Monica's new game.
Santa Monica new game. Bro, none of that shit showed up. Right?
Yeah.
And is it ready to be seen or not? I would have thought Spider-Man 2 had a release date, but looking at that footage,
Man,
that game got a
ain't
ways to
ready.
go. It's
that
not
bitch
ready.
still cooking. That boy
It's
had
still
all type of
cooking.
Vaseline on Venom.
It is still
Boy, that boy
cooking.
looked like he was. That nigga looked like he was in a
Hey.
gift suit with Vaseline on him.
You feel me?
Hey.
The spawn suit looked little to be desired. That shit looked like a motherfucking sponge cake. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? A
Wreck-It
sponge
Raccoon.
bar
Hey.
blow up down. You feel me? You know
I
what
will
I'm
say
saying?
that it makes sense why Sony is able to churn out these games so fast, bro. Like they don't have to recreate that map. It's the same map.
Who put some
Thank
Costco
you.
cooking oil on Venom suit, man? They about to light it up down with the
in a
little.
gimp suit. That motherfucker had some Crisco on.
And then
his
boy
lips
went
and
into
shit.
one of the corner stores in the hood saying, "Let me get some generic oil, you know what I'm saying, cooking oil. I just need
Give
to,
me
you know,
some
shab my
almond
suit
oil.
up a
I
little
need
bit."
I need some almond oil. Put that glisten all over
But look-
my body.
But we've said this, and I think Mello has, and no matter how people feel about Mello's
thought
point
he
on
was
this,
too
he
well
always
on
said that
shit.
Spider-Man is Spider-Man.
Bullshit.
You can't do nothing else with it. The same
Thank
thing you
you.
did in the previous versions, you're gonna do in this version. You might add
You
and
see the
guess
damage
what?
control? They said, "Oh, we gonna add Manhattan, bitch." We still in the same spot, nigga. You gonna
Still in
tell
New
me I
York.
can go across the bridge now, nigga?
And guess what?
Outta
And I
here.
seen I seen on Twitter, right? I seen on Twitter, right, where people was taking screenshots of Spider-Man 2. Close that door, baby.
And they was comparing.
And they was comparing it to
contrast.
previous Spider-Man, showing it in the same spot, saying, "Look, this is like reused.
This is the best building that we can
reused.
The light hit
And so-
us just right here.
Right. So I seen somebody go grab Gears 5, right? But they didn't grab no single player maps, right? Because on Gears, you can't on single player, you can't do it. You can't compare because each Gears game has been in a different location.
Different location,
Exactly.
right?
They didn't use when you
Even with
had
the
to
grid,
close the
it's still
door.
a different location. Yeah.
So you know what they did? They went to Gears 5 multiplayer maps and said, "Look, they reusing the same stuff. It's a fucking multiplayer map. What do you mean? Call of Duty maps from previous
Does it
Call
all
of
the
Duty
time.
games.
They complained
come over
about
to
Call
new
of Duty
Call
not
of
having
Duty
the
games.
old maps.
Exactly.
I know.
What are we doing here?
I know.
It is a
Like, what?
multiplayer map. Of course, it's going to get reused. It's multiplayer. What's
Oh my goodness.
You know how many times
Hey.
they done remade and rehashed Nuketown for Call of Duty? Like,
Facts.
stop it, y'all.
Hey,
Stop it.
hey, I gotta leave in like 30 minutes. Can we touch on some of the bias?
Okay, let's get to the
Yeah.
meat. Let me pull that up. Let me pull it. Hold on. Let me
Yo.
Hold on. Let me do this
Let me-
real quick.
Why you pulling?
And I just want to throw
Did
this
y'all
out
see?
here while you doing that. Spider-Man been out since the 80s. I just want to let that be known. The Spider-Man has been out since 1980. Some of you niggas wasn't even born.
Fact. Hey,
But go ahead.
I was born
Continue,
when Spider-Man was an actual TV show.
Yeah, I remember that too.
man.
TV show.
I caught the tail end of that too. Yeah. Hey, did you see John Lennon trying to damage control the fact that there were no reflections in the water? Talking about this is more realistic. Look at the reflection diffused. And he posted a picture of real life trying to the
Yeah,
old
stop,
Spider-Man
bro.
did the same thing, bro. Come on. What are we doing, bro?
Man.
What are we doing?
They rehash, reuse, and throw that bitch for $70. But y'all trip about Halo, Gears, and Forza. But this old grandma my ass nigga been around since the 80s. Man, fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. I'm not trying to hear it. And they talk about 30 frames. Shout out to 6200, man. They talk about they 30 frames for this motherfucker. If we gonna get the same energy like they did
Hey,
Redfall,
Dre, check your
bitch ass
DM on
nigga.
Discord, Dre.
NPCs don't look impressive either, bro.
Let me see here.
And this is what make it sad because guess what? It wouldn't be like this if y'all wasn't fucking fanboys while posting up and getting this little content ready. If you motherfucking fanboys wasn't going as hard as y'all was going at Microsoft, and what's crazy is we just saw y'all clowns Sea of Thieves. The cracking wasn't lacking, yeah, all that goofy shit y'all was saying. Nigga, I just saw Sea of Pussy. These niggas got cats everywhere. I saw Sea of Pussies running around swinging a little sword and showing a mini map. The math ain't fucking mathing, brother.
Foam Stars. What was that? What was that? Foam Stars.
Okay.
They had a whole. They got their own Buccaneers game, bro.
Okay,
Nintendo right now should be doing a lawsuit for these niggas. How the fuck you steal Platoon
they
put up bubbles? They did a dope version of Bubble Bath.
Crazy. Bro, they ran away with Splatoon. We ain't gonna use paint, we're gonna use foam.
Bubbles. Rubber ducky ass niggas. They just fucked around and took fucking Minecraft.
I wish somebody would invite me to play Foam Stars.
He said, bubbles everywhere.
We gonna compete with bubbles. I got red bubbles. I like my bubbles.
What we have right here is
gamers.
We have Kat Bailey. Kat Bailey is the IGN's news director. She is the news director of IGN, right? And the reason why I'm pointing this out is because a comment she made. This 525. This was yesterday, right? Sony will have a major tentpole release next year. I mean, they're not Xbox, right? And she deleted the tweet. This is the same woman that Phil sat in front of and did an interview with. This is the fallout, right? This is the fallout from the PlayStation showcase that all of them thought and was gonna be, top tier, right? Then we're gonna go over here, right? Look at this. Game Radar, even Game Rent, all these and all these sites are thirsty for clicks, right? They're thirsty for clicks and attention because they're losing revenue because gamers are choosing to get their information elsewhere. They're not showing them. I don't even know how rarely I even visit a game website. I don't even go to the motherfucking website.
I don't even go to them bitches. I don't even know them niggas.
You know what I'm saying?
I do not know them niggas.
You feel me? So look at Game Radar. PlayStation 5 reported to have next-gen exclusives after Microsoft announces cross-gen plan for Xbox Series X, right? Then comes back and said cross-gen games are hurting the industry and we need to cut them loose. But then comes over here and say, yes, a bunch of games we previously presumed were exclusive to PS5 are actually coming to PS4. No, that isn't a bad thing. Oh, so it's bad when Microsoft do it, but it's good.
Cool when they do it.
But it's cool when they do it, right?
I do it.
Then you come over here and say, all Sony needs to do at the PlayStation Showcase is show up to keep Xbox on the road, right? Then after that dog shit showcase took place, they come back and say, even with a few big hitters missing, the PlayStation Showcase was near perfect. Make this shit make sense. Talk to me. Here. What is going on with all this media bias, bro?
Oh my god, but it's nothing new. Nothing new. 900p versus 1080p. Soon as the Xbox One X came out, dropping native 4K. Who needs native 4K? 1200p upscale to 4K is good enough for gaming. But we've been to it. We've been calling out for years. They called us crazy. Did they not post?
Yeah, look at this shit.
Yeah,
look at this shit.
They called us.
Look at the shit
They called us crazy when we said there's media bias.
Oh, that's wild.
Look at this. PS4 just God of War. This is their Instagram. This is the bias. This is the fanboyism they doing. Look at this.
That's petty right there.
Look at this. IG in the chat. I love how people say PlayStation has no games when BF will be on both, and PlayStation 5 when Battlefield will be on both, and PlayStation 5 just got both Ratchet and Returnal. But what was the last Xbox exclusive? Who can tell me? Internet points if you can. Look at this. Look at the biasness. Look at this shit. Sony announces PlayStation handheld to put race. Nigga, you ain't even got the motherfucking handheld.
Bro, what is going on, bro?
Look at this biasness.
What is going on? Is Sony the parent company of IGN, Games Radar, and 80% of these publications, bro?
All that negative bullshit was feeding they pockets.
Look,
We said this shit post. When we seen this shift and Microsoft catching the backlash, and those people were seeing how much profit and money they could get for bashing them, they went to town. Fuck Xbox, oh, we're gonna do this, the comparisons, and they been getting bread because guess what? These weirdo ass niggas been running out with their narratives. See, look at this show. The website saying the same thing, so you know it's true. Bitch, that's somebody's opinion. And it's getting exposed. We've been said this.
Look. I think the Xbox community has been getting a lot of flack over the years for us calling out the media bias. Everybody's been saying y'all crazy. There's no media bias. Y'all only say it to fit y'all agenda. Where after this showcase, we didn't have to say anything. The media showed you. The media showed you after this showcase.
That recipe is out there.
They went and instantly protected Sony in the showcase. A showcase that they would have dog walked Microsoft for. They have dog walked Microsoft for showcases like that in the past. Why you think Inside Xbox don't exist no more? Why you think Inside Xbox don't exist no more? That shit got took into town. They trashed Inside Xbox. No, this shit don't even exist no more.
Man, I didn't think about that one. Shit.
And you look at this, right? And instead of these media sites calling Sony out like they do Xbox, they go in protection mode because they know they'll get their ass blacklisted.
Hey, thank you.
So instead
what up, Snooki?
We'll take our free games from you.
Instead
we'll take
of
our
giving the truth, because you want your review copies.
What up, Texas?
You want to be in Sony good graces.
Facts. Yep.
You go out there and you know a poor showing, and you calling a poor showing nearly perfect.
Now they using their journalistic skills. Now we're gonna twist this and make it seem like it was something. It wasn't that bad.
You ain't even questioning the lack of first party.
Come on now. Come on.
And then they came up with that was the media that came up with the narrative they were holding back. That wasn't a fanboy narrative. That started with the media.
Right.
And then what and it was a reverse card immediately after, because then we heard about the whole Factions 2 getting canceled. So wasn't no holding back.
Oh no,
these games might be on the chopping block. That's what's going on.
Damn. And I just want everybody to understand. Like, please understand this. I just want to throw this out there.
Oh, yeah, what up, Sebastian?
I don't think people really understand what just happened. This showcase would have been on E3. I'm talking about people flying out to LA, marketing, promo, the whole shebang, a whole event. And this is what they was going to fucking show y'all. I just want that to really sit in the back of y'all fucking head.
Yeah, this is the big. I appreciate you pointing that out, Mello. This is the big showcase. You might not get another showcase for 2026. This is Sony's big showcase. This is everything they had to show. And obviously, today we see the turmoil. There's games. This might not even be the only game. There's games that are being reconsidered and might not even see the light of day.
And I want to say this. I want to say that because I spoke about this on a video that I uploaded on Twitter today, right? And Noah can attest to this. Mello wasn't around at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It was on one. It was on one of the. I don't know if it was the multiplayer podcast or what. But Porter Rock and Kratos, J Dub, y'all know the ponies.
I know who they are.
Stated
We call names, nigga.
when we had this discussion. He's talking about the future of the industry and things like that. And they said Sony doesn't need to focus on multiplayer games. That's what they have Call of Duty for. Right? That's what they have Call of Duty for. They don't need to focus on multiplayer games. That's what they have Call of Duty for. Right?
Ain't got that shit no more.
And that Sony should focus on what they do best, and that is single player games, right? And leave multiplayer games up to the third party, right? Leave multiplayer games up to the third party. And now look where we are. It reminds me of Microsoft transitioning from the 360 era into the Xbox One era, and them finally coming to a realization that they depended too much on third-party content and not owning their IP, right? But we know they've rectified that over the year, based on how many acquisitions that they've had, right? So now Sony had to go out and overpay for Bungie. You had to spend $4 billion on Bungie to come fix the situation because it's like boxing when a boxer stay in a weight class too long, when they've outgrown their weight class, and they are and they have to, if you in 147, you should be up at 154, and 147 is killing you because you got to constantly get down to that 147 weight to make weight, right? Sony stayed in the single player weight class too long, right? When Fortnite and all of that started taking off, when Fortnite and PUBG and all that started taking off, it should have been plans put in motion right there to start on their first party aspect to either get some studio or to get some talent for them to maximize that. But they waited too long. Now, now that the fact that you waited too long, you had to go and overpay for Bungie, $4 billion, right? And Bungie's not even under the PlayStation brand; it's under Sony brand. It operates on its own. All of the games that they're making is going to be multi-plat, and then you're pretty much paying $4 billion for a company that is still third party to teach you how to do games as a service in multiplayer games. Right?
Word on the street post is Bungie made the call to cut factions too.
Yeah, they did, because in the financial investment meeting they just put out, Jim Ryan came out and said that Bungie was overseeing their first party studios and their whole games as a service model. They're pretty much teaching their studios, so they're overseeing all that. So all these games are being killed. Bungie is evaluating these games and saying, "Look,
hold on, post. Don't tell me Bungie the mole, the inside guy."
Yes.
Hey, Phil sent them.
Bungie is up there,
motherfuckers.
Look,
hey, corporate spies.
And let me tell you something. And this is why Phil told them no.
Breaking up happy homes.
This is why Phil told them no. They wanted $2 billion from Phil. Phil was going to be able to buy them for $2 billion, but the same stipulations that they got from Sony, they wanted from Microsoft. And at that point, I understand Phil from that perspective, because you look at it like, you want us to give you $2 billion, but we have no say so in what you do with the content and none of that. You want to have the freedom? Well, that's not us owning you. That's just a loan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was not going with their new focus.
That's a motherfucking bank loan. They don't own the shit.
Talk about Bungie Bungie just got there putting out their game Marathon. All they had was a CGI trailer.
Facts.
Hey, yo, and Naughty Dog's been working on this game for like 3 years, and they said could not kill that shit.
They came out with a Crayola book, and they just gave them a portrait, nigga. That bro, that is sad,
then
bro.
you got people. Then you got PlayStation players. I ain't fuck with factions anyway. It wasn't that good. Y'all been waiting for this game for the last 4 years.
I've been seeing it, bro.
I don't fuck with factions anyway. Don't nobody play that. It wasn't that good. We don't need it.
Sad as
Hey,
hell.
but
To this day, you can still play factions.
I think Sony is playing possum, bro. I think they're waiting to see what this Xbox show gonna do, and then they're gonna start slowly trickling out shit.
Possum.
Wait, hold on. What you say, Drake? Say that again, Drake. Say that again, Drake.
I'm gonna choke on my water.
Say that again, Drake.
I said, I think they playing possum. I think they're waiting for Microsoft to show their show, and then they're gonna slowly start trickling shit out. They have way too many studios to not show anything from anybody. Nothing.
No, that could be something, Drake. They did. The Castlevania.
Man, I ain't going with that bullshit.
Hold on.
Niggas dead.
Hold on, we gotta have a devil advocate in here because you got Blue
I know a
Point.
dead body when I see a dead body, nigga.
Hold on. We gotta have a devil's advocate in this situation. And in this case, Blue Point didn't show up, right? Ben Studios didn't show up. Naughty Dog didn't show up. Sony Santa Monica didn't show up. That's 4 right there, right? Then you had the rumored Castlevania game. We know Silent Hill got announced, right? That didn't show up. You see, so it's still some IP they didn't show. The question is why? Could they be waiting to see what Microsoft's going to show?
What did
Is
they
that
do
a
with
possibility?
that last show? Post, what did they do with that last show? The first thing they showed was them saying we playing chess.
Who said that?
The Sony and that big ass. Remember that show that they had? They had like a whole fucking commercial where they was like poking fun, saying we
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when it was they had all the IP characters and I think LeBron was in that commercial. They was in that office building.
Yeah,
and they had
Man,
and they had the dude sitting down playing.
Nigga, that wasn't no.
Oh,
nigga, that was Illuminati shit. Nigga, that wasn't no goddamn. We playing.
You ain't got
Get the
that,
fuck
bro.
out of here.
but hold on.
Dead, nigga.
Hold on. Hey,
Okay, Bello.
It's been 2
Go
years.
back and watch
nigga.
the show.
And
Go
this
back
what
and watch
you
the
show.
show.
2 years ago. Hey, Drake, what you think about the
It's
show,
been 2
Drake?
years.
I think, like I said, I think they was playing possum. They showed you a bunch of multi-plat shit that you can play anywhere. They had a show because they needed to have a show because Xbox was having a show.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. This is what I think. This is me observing things.
You see
I
they
think
went
though,
first, right? You see they went
I think
first.
I think this is what I think, Dre. I think the budget got cut. I think they had to split some of that game development budget with some of the movies they're coming out with.
Noah, we are talking about Sony.
I know we're talking about
We're
Sony.
not talking
Exactly.
We talk about 600K. We talk about 600,000 PSVR 2 sold. Sony. This is what we talking about, Drake. They cut that budget. Sony money. Sony more
games that are in production. That shit was okayed a while ago. They're not gonna just cancel everything. You know what I'm saying? Just to because they had a hiccup with a.
Dre, one thing you gotta remember with Sony, they just started churning out these like big movie cinematic games. That started in the PS3 era and carried on to the PS4 era. A lot of those games wasn't ready till around about 2016 the PS4. They call it a hot streak, bro. But every streak ends.
I'm not quite ready to just start talking shit just yet. I want to see the shoe drop.
Okay, wait. I look at it like this.
Well, I'm here to talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit. So let me get my
I'm gonna
shit
talk
off.
shit. Let me say this,
bro.
I'm gonna say this.
As a PlayStation owner, my expectation was high, and that shit low.
Before you go, this is the same company that's selling the PS5 controller with a screen in the middle. And rumor
Thank
is
you.
that we're looking at north of $200 for this
Oh,
thing.
I'm not arguing with
That's the speculation. 200 north,
Hey,
$200.
It's gonna be. I think
you.
3.
hey,
End up
No,
for
I'm
this
not
thing,
hey,
bro.
arguing with
Dre,
you.
I'm very
I think they
disappointed in you,
searching.
brother. I
I think
thought you
they
was gonna
really
come here and
grasping for
get your
straws
bot
right
on.
now because they see the tide coming. The
Man, hey,
tide is
I will
changing.
say this. I will say this. Regardless of whether Sony was gonna have a showcase or not, Microsoft was gonna show what they gonna show. It's not gonna change, right? So whether Sony would have went all out or not, it still wouldn't have changed what Microsoft was showing. So I don't understand the point of them holding out or holding things back. We already know
299.
Microsoft got IPs that we've been waiting to see for years, right?
Post.
We know about the
They
avowals. We
released
know
God
about
of
the
War, was a rehash.
they
They're
empty
about
they.
to release Spider-Man, which is a rehash.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? What else have they had? The Last of Us, which is a remake. So all
Yeah.
these studios that they got to be working on something, bro.
Yeah, working. Is it
I
ready?
know, but is it
Is
ready?
it
How
ready?
early? They just put these games out though. Like so, the normal development time has been what, like 5 years, and it's probably going to take longer because as a generation move, as we get into newer generation hardware, it take longer to make games because the scope of development gets bigger. So, bro, Sony might really not have another big bang until like 2027,
If that's the
2028,
case, they
outside of
over
like
with. If that's
Wolverine.
the case, they're done.
Well, they said their games as a services won't be ready until
Yeah,
2025.
they're
But
banking
those,
on the games they're gonna bank on the games as a service and third party exclusives, bro.
but
Until
those
those
on the
games are
chopping,
ready.
those
If
on the
that's the
chopping
case, they
block
gambled on
already.
hardware.
You didn't got 3 chopped off already.
hmm
Out of the 12, you didn't got
Man,
3 chopped off.
They're gonna show you
if they don't do
CGI.
it
They're gonna
properly,
show you. They're gonna try to build that hype and make it seem like some of these games are right around the corner, but they're not.
Look, shout out to Forza Legend with the $2. Xbox Showcase will be shown in movie theaters. Yes, it will. All I'm saying is this, though. I don't understand. Look, this the reason why I don't understand it, Dre. Every day in our
Oh
DMs on
shit!
Twitter with Z, Porter Rock, Kratos, Moss, all these PlayStation niggas that me, Noah, and Tim Dog is in there battling every day. Wakes up
Facts.
from 5 a.m. to 5 a.m. the next day, trashing Xbox and telling us how PlayStation is in the lead comfortably, how PlayStation is dominating this and that and this and that. If you in, I don't. What is if you're in the lead, right? If you're outselling your competition, if you're dominating your, why do you have to hold off and wait to see what your competition? Why is you waiting to see what last place doing?
Hey, man, because all that glitter ain't gold, man. It looked good on the outside.
Exactly.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Exactly. So it ain't what in that little financial conference that they had, they told you would have thought in 2022 that PlayStation was in incredible position financially. And then they come out the other day saying 2022 was a rough year for them. But you wouldn't have known that if you on Twitter listening to the PlayStation fan base. You,
exactly.
you feel me?
Thank you.
So
Thank
so what I'm saying is that what is the point of holding? What are you holding back for?
you. There's
What are
nothing
you
to
holding
hold
back
back.
for? If you're outselling your competition and you want to put them in the dirt, you don't ease off the gas, you press on it.
Well, Post,
So
look, to
I
be
don't
really
get
honest
this
with you,
that
if they
this
was doing
holding back for something. Go ahead,
if
Dre.
they
What's
was
up?
doing as good as they claim to be doing, then they wouldn't be sweating damn Call of Duty as hard as they is. I know it make $1 billion for them, but damn, if you supposed to be that damn good, make you one.
Look,
But see the thing
But
is though,
that
Dre,
take time. That take
that
time.
time. That take time.
they
They don't
don't
have.
their overhead is so high when they make these single player games. Like they have to pay those actors. They have to they have to pay for the development of the game, the marketing. Bro, Sony spent a lot of money on that shit, so they might sell a lot, but the profit that they make off those games is nothing to brag about. They see more profit off of third party games like Call of Duty,
Mhm.
Oh, that's evident.
and
That's
they
why that shit going to PC.
But
yeah,
that's why that's the nervous part about it, right? Because What is Microsoft doing? Microsoft is ramping and speeding up, right? It's speeding up the process. The most valuable thing we have on this planet that's more valuable than anything is time, right? And with Jim Ryan taking over, Jim Ryan realizes that Sony is late to the game in a lot of areas, right? So one with the ABK deal, he want to slow it down, right? Because right now, if Sony, if well, they're not going to lose Call of Duty, but some things will change around. And now that SLC and the console space is off the table, and Microsoft can do anything they want with it in terms of making it exclusive content,
Hold
or
on.
anything like that.
I don't mean to cut you off in that part, but you are forgetting that Sony them didn't want to do the 5-year deal. So if they don't take nothing,
regardless of that 5-year deal, the SOC, that shit is not on the table. Microsoft can, in the console space, Microsoft can do what they want with Call of Duty, right?
Right.
Sony knows in the next generation, right? Not this generation. That I'm talking about the Xbox Series X2 and the PS6. That it is a likelihood that Microsoft will make Activision games exclusive going into the next generation.
Oh, they will.
Right?
They will. They
right?
will.
We're giving you 10 years to get your motherfucking shit together, right? They don't have the time. And the reason, and another reason why I say that, why is Microsoft buying publishers? Why is Microsoft buying studios that are already known, stable, and got their shit? Because we don't have time to build, right? The technology in the gaming sector is moving at a rapid pace. If we slow down to try to build studios from the ground up, we're going to lose position. We don't have time to build. So we finna go buy a Bethesda and a ZeniMax. Yes, we want to buy a ABK and whatever else we can buy because we don't have motherfucking time to build. If we spend time building, we spending time losing. We're losing money. We're losing resources to play catch up, and we don't have time to play catch up in the industry that's growing at the rate it's growing. That's what motherfuckers don't understand when they want to cry about why Microsoft is buying these because they don't have time to build shit right now. That's why.
And also gamers ain't accepting new IPs like that either. We are so hesitant on buying or trying a new experience that these developers are scared to make new content. So you're stuck with a Call of Duty.
Well, I ain't trying no phone stars. I tell you that. I ain't trying no phone stars. Hey, I got
might be fire.
Oh man, stop. Hey, look. Hey,
you heard it here first. You heard it here. It might be.
Hey, what's going on?
It might not be your cup of tea, but it might be successful.
I caught a glimpse of this. What's going on with the whole PC thing? What did they say in the investor call about PC? Bringing their games to PC.
Well, what the first party games was announced for PS5 and PC next. Every first party game that was announced at that show was for PS5 and PC.
Spider-Man 2 included?
No,
not Spider-Man 2. It's not Spider-Man 2. But that's going to PC. All that shit is going to PC. They didn't told y'all that.
That
right?
Japanese game that was PS5 PC. And
they said
it said open for anybody for this IP. It ain't
that might be coming. That may be coming to Xbox as well.
It might hit Game Pass.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead and drop that bag. Go ahead and drop that bag for that, Phil.
All that shit is going.
Yeah, Phil, we need that.
There's no more PlayStation exclusives. It's no more. Yeah. All of that shit is going to PC, and pretty soon there really not going to be no PlayStation exclusives because they're finished. They finished. The only reason why they announced their cloud initiative shit right now is because of the ABK deal. Once they find and see where it's gonna go, whether it's gonna get approved or not, Sony gonna come out and you gonna figure out and when that happens, then PlayStation games gonna be accessible independent of a motherfucking PlayStation.
You think that remote play device is gonna be able to play from the cloud as well? Like, bro, like that just don't make no sense. Who greenlit that, bro?
Sense at all, bro. No.
Who greenlit that, bro?
I don't know who greenlit that. I don't know who, but I know Microsoft played it smart to say, look, we don't have to get in that arena when third party is doing it for us. All we have to do is go support third party. All we got to do is make sure Game Pass, Game Pass and xCloud is accessible from all these different new handhelds that's gonna come out. So that money that we
about manufacturing a goddamn device. Come on.
And so that money that would have went into the resources of building a handheld or anything like that, that shit can go back into the games, man. Look, time is of the motherfucking essence. You know what I'm saying? And Microsoft is pressing. They're pressing because they know Sony is in a peculiar situation, and Sony don't have the time. Sony is trying to slow shit down. They don't want the ABK deal to go through because they're not in a position to combat it. They're not in a position to combat. Despite Call of Duty will still be on PlayStation. Yeah, it'll still be on there. But now Microsoft able to do what they want. If it goes through, guess what? Every regulator have passed the deal unconditionally in the console space. No conditions. No conditions. Cloud, yes. But console, if Microsoft would be stupid to make that exclusive given the amount of money they will lose. But if they want to take, they can do it at their own risk. We can't tell them how to run their business. But on this cloud shit, we see some issues here. So at the EU, we're gonna put some stipulations there. The other countries didn't do that. They say it's going do what you want to do, whether it's console or a cloud, right? That's cool. But in terms of console, Microsoft can do what the fuck they want to do. If they want to take cloud exclusive and take that loss and write that loss off, they can do it. Guess what? Motherfuckers gonna go wherever Call of Duty is. Tell me I'm lying.
They still want to look good though for more like acquisitions in the future too.
Yeah,
so
they don't want to go back
Call
to
of Duty gonna remain on PlayStation for now.
It should.
For now.
It should have the Minecraft treatment.
But that's gonna make that's gonna make it easier for them to acquire studios too, because
But they doing exactly what I said at first. Because guess what? They're gonna be using as Azure server. You see what they just did with Street Fighter. And once again, when you go and play your Call of Duty, you're gonna have to sign into an Xbox account. They're gonna fluctuate. They can then fluctuate their numbers. So when it comes to that subscription and memberships, they finna blow that out the water, bro. What was that number they were looking for? Like 50 something. They finna blow that out the water.
Yeah, all Activision stuff gonna move over to Azure. But see, that's what, and you know why? And
told me I was lying.
And it's huge because Activision wants access to Microsoft AI. They want Microsoft. They want look. Let me tell y'all better. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all is not watching what Microsoft and the lead Microsoft has in AI right now, if y'all not watching what they're doing in that space and how in the next 10 years, they're probably already transitioning that technology into the next Xbox, built into the next. It's already built into it's finna be built into Windows. The AI they finna build into the whole Windows OS, right?
Yep.
They're integrating the product across all of their products. And shout out to Everborn. You know, they're doing this because the conversations around AI, you know, some people question it, scientists question it, and they're doing this so when the regulators try to crack down on AI, Microsoft would say, hey, it's too heavily embedded in our products for us to, so they're getting the
post you cooking, boy. That cybersecurity got you cooking.
Let me tell you something. Sorry about that born on that one. they're getting ahead of the regulators already. That's why they're and guess and I'll rest assured, I bet you that Chat GPT Bing AI is gonna be embedded in your next Xbox OS.
Hey, I
guarantee you.
gotta bounce before I go though, right? PlayStation fucked up. I just want to say that come June 11th,
it's
when
finna get
Microsoft showed that Hellblade 2
oh shit.
and that Forza Motorsport running on that brand new engine, people are gonna wonder why they chose PS5.
Oh man.
That's
And if
all I'm gonna
Hellblade
say,
2
bro.
get announced for later this year, along
That's
with
all I'm gonna
Forza
say, bro.
Motorsport and Starfield, Forza Motorsport, and Hellblade 2 this year. Avowed the beginning of next year, and then go on and Fable 2 the end of next year. Like if they give you a pipeline from now all the way into next, bro.
Hellblade 2 gonna make Spider-Man 2 graphics look cartoony, bro.
Oh shit, talk that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Sony had their chance. This wasn't the time to hold back.
It wasn't.
It wasn't the time to hold back. Microsoft been taking they've been taking the blows for a couple years because it takes time to develop games.
Yep.
But now it's time to show. Now it's time to let loose.
Yes,
they better show up good. I'm talking about.
And I don't want Microsoft to hold back. And I'm not tempering my motherfucking expectations because
can't afford to
all
hold
the time that they've had, they should be compulsion games should be there. State of Decay should be there in some capacity with State of Decay.
I want to see Double Fine, bro. Psychonauts 2.
What is Double Fine working on? Double Fine been really motherfucking quiet.
I know.
And let me tell you,
I know they
was incredible.
Facts.
Psychonauts 2 was fucking incredible.
I bet Coalition got something cooking too.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna see it. I don't know if
we're gonna see it, but Hellblade 2, oh my god.
What if they show up with something other than let me get this dog shit off the screen. We talked about this faction shit. You know what I'm saying? Get this shit off the screen. What if the Coalition show up with something other than Gears?
Which is highly likely to happen.
What if they show up with some other than Gears? Because I don't expect Gears 6.
Whatever it would be, that, man. They killed my game.
Because I don't expect Gear 6 right now. I think that needs
me neither. I think they're gonna be careful not to drown out Starfield because that's supposed to be the main event.
Fuck, we didn't get no dates.
I think we're gonna see some.
I think we're gonna see some. Getting his own show.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And see, that's another thing. You got the Xbox event, and then you got the which I think is the Xbox event going to be like an hour and a half or close to 2 hours, right?
Yeah. And hold on. So what are we doing? We live streaming or are we watching this in the movie theater? How are we doing this?
We got options. You feel me?
I was thinking about
live streaming from the movie theater.
I was thinking about going to the movie theaters to watch that. They give you a $10 credit, or you can get some snacks and shit. But I think just with the theater audio system and that big ass watching the game on that big ass screen, you know what I'm saying? We might have to take one for the team.
I know, bro. Hey yo, and we're gonna give a reaction. We're gonna have to do a post show reaction, bro. I gotta see this in it. See this in the theater, bro.
We might have to do a post-show reaction, bro. Might not be. I mean, it might be taking L, but I might want to see this in the theater on that big ass screen with them big ass.
Yeah, I want to see the theater.
That motherfucker surround sound.
Hey, we about to do that.
They got one in the city post.
Huh?
If they got one in the city post, if they got one in the city, if they do, I'm.
We gotta wait till they email. They gonna email the locations.
Oh, hey, yeah, we might have to do that, bro.
Yeah, we might.
They gonna email out the locations, and I'm telling you, if it's let me tell you something. If it's a theater close to me that's doing it,
it's up.
Hey, yeah, and y'all, and that thing go live, and y'all be like, "What state of game with that?" We in the motherfucking theater with free snacks and popcorn on your motherfucking hands. I'm telling you, that's where we at. Shit, they gonna be like, man, Joe,
Hey,
what
yeah.
state of gaming ain't going live? It's an Xbox event. Nigga, all I'm gonna be texting Mello and them be like, hey, y'all get y'all free snacks, man. I got me some motherfucking some nachos and cheese, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
For real. Big facts,
I ain't
bro.
got.
That's how you do. That's how you do a showcase, bro. That's how you do a showcase.
Hey, cause soon I saw the theater shit. Yo, soon I saw the theater shit, I was like, I'm going, right? I'm going. But then I
Yeah.
was like, damn, what about the live stream? And I was like,
Hey, y'all gonna just have to holler us after the show, bro.
hey,
Hit
I
us up
could do,
after the show. Go. Everybody should go to the movie theaters and catch it, bro.
hey,
Catch that shit live in the days if you can.
I'm letting y'all know now. I might do StreamYard from the phone from the theater.
Man, I ain't trying to get kicked out, bro.
let me tell you something. Let me tell
You out
y'all
here
something.
bootlegging the show? You out here
Hey,
bootlegging?
I'm gonna tell the chat right now. I'm gonna tell the chat right now. If when I get that email and it's a theater next to me, nigga, you feel me? The entry cost is free. They're giving you a $10 credit for snacks. That's half because you know the movie theaters high already. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna cut your snack price in half a little bit. It's gonna put a little dent in there. It ain't gonna do too much, but it should do enough, right? You get a $10 credit, and then you know the theaters out here. We got motherfucking recliners and shit in it. Nigga, you mean hey. Nigga, I'm gonna be in that motherfucker in a recliner, nigga, with some popcorn and nachos on your motherfucking ass. They gonna be
All
like,
on
what
Microsoft.
state of gaming? We in the motherfucking theater, nigga. That's
Hey,
what we
post, send me that link too, so I can sign up. Send me the link.
Did you sign up for FanFest?
Oh, okay.
You got to sign up for FanFest.
Okay,
Once you sign up, are you a part of FanFest?
You gotta be a part of FanFest.
No, you tweaking, bro.
How?
Are you about it? You ain't no.
You gotta be signed.
Hey, man,
you gotta be a part of FanFest.
Y'all niggas supposed to be putting me on game. Y'all ain't put me on game. You niggas don't love me.
Oh man.
I'm gonna sign up.
Yeah, Sebastian, they're giving $10 credit for you to get snacks and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's only like some popcorn. You can get a small popcorn.
Yeah,
That's how much
you get a small popcorn. That's gonna be $10 by itself. Shit.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? But for a theater fool higher than a motherfucker, boy, I'm telling you.
Diabetic box of popcorn.
But I think Microsoft look and got a position. Don't hold back either. Regardless if Sony show was what it was, regardless if Sony holding back, what the Sony show they hand now or later, it ain't gonna matter. Yeah. We already know what we want to see. Y'all been saying these titles been in development for years that we've been waiting to see that we haven't seen. Let us see them now, and then give us an insight on what we haven't seen. You know what I'm saying? And what's ahead. But I think Microsoft is in a position to change some things. I do think they're in a position to change some mind share and get people looking at the system a little bit different.
I'm telling you now. Mm-hmm. Only thing I hope they don't do, because I ain't tampering nothing. I ain't tampering shit. I'm good.
Me either.
All I hope they don't do is I still like the 12-month rollout. I'm sorry. I know everybody don't like it. I know Phil said something about it. I like that 12-month rollout that we was getting a game to play every month. I don't care if it was an indie, AAA, or a AA. I hope that they continue that. And just a little alley-oops, y'all announce a game that we can play the same day like I did High Five Rush. I'm just saying.
Stealth drop.
Everything else I'm cool with.
Y'all think it's gonna be a step drop?
I hope so.
I mean, I think it was successful. I think they might pull it again.
Himoshima, that motherfucker. You know,
I think they might pull it again.
I think it'll bode well if they did.
Man,
it'll bode well. But hey Dre, what was your overall thoughts on the Sony showcase?
Xbox gonna have some nice games to play. Well, some decent games to play. I wouldn't say nice.
Facts. Let me see what we got here. Let's see. Let's move along. Got the play showcase.
I
About that
I
factions.
see that the
Delayed
games
media
they
button.
showed, all of that shit looked like it would go well in Game Pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
See,
saying?
that's why, Dre, I promise you, and I'm rocking with you with that because I'm rocking with you with what you're saying because again, I like indie games, and the games that they showed was pretty good. They were good. I'm non-biased, all bullshit aside. The games they showed was decent. I would actually play it, check it out with my daughters, etc. But the problem is the fucking fanboys. Y'all kicked Microsoft back in for this, and then y'all turned around and did the same shit.
Yeah.
Now, if they
Yeah.
would have had a service like Game Pass on Sony, where you can try the indie games out and all that, it would have been perfect. But again, y'all came out of here. We believe in generations, and we not gonna do this, and we gonna do that, and you tried to block this deal. Now we coming out. Your stop days going, and again, the developers came out and said, "Hey, our game is ready to be played and shown."
That just go to show you, man. These motherfuckers don't know shit. They don't. They
They
just
don't
talking
know
outside
a
of their ass. They
goddamn
don't know a
thing,
damn
man.
thing.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn thing.
I
And the
mean,
fanboys is what's killing gaming. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna continue to say it. You
yeah.
weird ass niggas is killing what y'all say y'all like because
Look,
y'all
man.
want to allow these developers to go out here and experiment.
Look, I just look, man. I would say this, man. I'm not tempering my expectations when it comes from Microsoft, right? Like I said, we didn't get no launch title from first party. They told us 2 years we was gonna have to wait for first party exclusives. We had to wait a little bit longer than that. At this point, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to show up, and we should be able to see some of the games that we've been wanting to see in Avowed, in Fable, in even Outer Worlds 2, State of Decay 3, um, what's going on with Perfect Dark. Will it be there in some capacity? What has Compulsion Games been working on? Double Fine has been quiet since the success of Psychonauts 2, even though they're supposed to be working on multiple projects. How many projects will we see from Obsidian? Because we heard they're working on multiple projects as well. What is Rare doing outside of Sea of Thieves? Wherever Everwild is, what type of game is going to be, what the premise is, what other stuff that they've been working on. It is so much. It is so
Man, they
much.
got so many
Yeah,
angles. It's
it's
so
just so
many
much.
angles.
And then second party, third party in the mix, and then get a good mixture of second and third party in there. And put on a great show. Put on a great show. Shout out to Long Live the Black Mama with the 4.99. What up, SOG? I've had ponies and PlayStation in my spliff since that showcase. I want all the smoke. I'm outside for real. It's our time. Xbox fans give these
We
ponies hell.
outside.
Facts.
It's a
No
parade
man, stuff
inside my city,
man.
yeah.
Stump
Hey, go
they
stump them
ass.
ponies out. Stump them ponies out, man. As you
Stump they
should.
ass. The fuck. I'll tell you, I'm finna DM you on Twitter. You could take Noah space.
Hey, low key
Uh,
though, I think go ahead.
Hey, but Mello, I really don't want release dates outside of 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Because shit get pushed back and I get disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that shit to yourself unless it's ready to go.
yeah.
Yeah, I can see where you are because you anticipating something that's cool. And again, even within that 12, but we also got some unannounced games that dropped as well. You got that Monster Hunter, things that we didn't know that was coming that filled in certain games that got replaced, like Warhammer. We still ain't
Yeah.
get Warhammer.
Are we gonna see? Is Halo Battle Royale is that going to get announced? What about the Avalanche game? What's that game from Avalanche? Avalanche. What's that shit? It's already see. Contraband. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to play that. I want to
Contraband.
see what it is.
What about the Dragon game that
Scalebound.
no, the other game that what's the name supposed to be working on? That's not Crystal Dynamic. It's a Dragon game. I forgot what studio. I forgot what studio supposed to have been working on it.
It's quite a few games that's supposed to already have been out that haven't even released yet. What's up with them?
I know Phil Spencer was mentioning. He kept mentioning prior that he wanted to do a Met game again. So we might get something related towards the Met game. If they
Upper
come out with
Case J, what's good,
If they
brother?
come out with Titanfall 3. Lord Jesus.
Look, I just want this the same energy to be kept. I think in terms of and I will say this. I'm speaking from the perspective of the hardcore, right? I'm speaking with inside the echo chamber that is Twitter, because we know outside of the echo chamber, casual gamers don't really give a fuck about what we're talking about. They don't understand what we're talking about. To them, the show could have been 100, right? Because at the end of the day, they're just gamers. But within the echo chamber, right? Well, all of these what should I say? These cheerleaders, you know, but they out here cheerleading all this, cheerleading all this bullshit and setting expectations. And it's crazy how it just started off Sony for the slay Xboxes, for the body them, they for the stuff out is dead, put the coffins up, this and that. The show come out, they disappointed, it's a failure. What the fuck is Xbox? What the fuck was Sony thinking? And then the next day they come back and backtrack and go on defense and said it wasn't that bad. Matter of fact, it was a great show if you a gamer.
Nah,
Yeah.
that show was dog shit. Fuck what they
saying
tell
that.
you. That show was fucking dog shit.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you, Chio. IO Interactive supposed to be working
Teddy,
on
was
a
it dog
dragon
shit?
game for
Teddy,
Xbox.
was
They're
it
working
dog
on
shit, or was it something that you wasn't expecting?
Oh, okay.
Let's say again, Dre.
Was it dog shit, or was it just something that you wasn't expecting? You was expecting, you know what I'm saying, high budget.
That show was horrible. Like like I wasn't expecting that. Like I was expecting, like you're off for 2 whole years. I was expecting them to bring in something, but this right here lets me know right here, they're not. Ain't shit over there ready. Ain't nothing ready. Clearly ain't ready. Because if you telling me that for a showcase that you talk about, hey, expect the unexpected. We got Kitty Cats of the Caribbean as our headliner, buddy.
Y'all got to realize even Death Stranding 2 wasn't there.
Exactly. Death Stranding 2 wasn't there.
Bluepoint
wasn't there.
Yeah.
It
was a lot of games, bro.
It's in turmoil. This is how I knew they didn't have
mute. Go ahead.
This is how I know they didn't have anything ready for shit. Besides, of course, Marathon, which I really want to know more about that one. I mean, it really wasn't much to show, but I mean, it's an extraction shooter. I really want to know more about Bungie's title on that one. But fair game. I'm really
somebody one of the mods get
game.
this racist dude up out of here, Muda Seto dude that's trying to put he can't spell. He started out spelling it wrong, but y'all see what he's trying to do. Ban him, get him up out of here.
Yeah, like fair game, cool. But for you to sit here and put in 2 damn games, one game that was the focal point of a state of play almost 3 weeks ago. You put in 2 games that's getting ready to come out next month with Street Fighter 6 and Final Fantasy, which already had its own state of play. Then you put in a movie trailer to suffice. This lets me know right then and there, clearly, y'all didn't have shit going. I'm telling you, if it was up to me, I don't give a fuck if but we got to introduce the little handheld and the little earbuds. Oh, you mean the same earbuds ain't nobody really going to buy because they already got Beats, they already got Bose, they already got Apple. Like that market's already said and done for. Unless you're going to use that shit for a VR headset, a wireless one at that, then okay, cool. But that little handheld thing, that's not even a true handheld. That shit is restricted to your console and restricted to fucking Wi-Fi. You can't even take that shit out the house. You can't even take it off the bus. It ain't no PSP. It ain't no PS Vita. Cancel the fucking show.
Let me ask you a question, Teddy. I know you got both consoles.
Yes.
But you identify as a pony, right?
Yeah, I identify as a pony.
Okay.
I mean, me personally, right now, I identify as a pony, but damn it, I'm a lost gamer at this point because I don't even know what's going on here. The pony coalition is in turmoil. Pony on pony crimes is at an all-time high.
Look,
People don't know goddamn which side of the spectrum to be on here. Maybe I support the ponies today. Maybe I support the show and how it was. Now I'm having second thoughts and shit. Now the show was dog shit.
I
Stick to
think
your
it's
goddamn
I
gun.
think it's about
No,
I
nigga, pick
think
a
it
side,
comes
nigga.
I think it comes to expectations, right? Sony is very careful in terms of what third party games and stuff they show and select. And usually you can say in the past versus the third party games that Microsoft chose to show versus what Sony chose to show, you would assume that Sony used to always have the upper hand in it. Then on top of that, in terms of their first party output and what they show at first party wise, coupled with that, people the expectation is that Sony dominates in shows, they dominate first party wise, and then they dominate in terms of the selections that they choose in first party and second party output. But in this case, we didn't know what to expect from third party or second party. I didn't even know they was going to rehash a lot of the things that they showed
Yeah, that was a
last
lot of
year.
filler that they had.
Yeah, a lot of filler.
A
But
lot of filler.
the big thing is reason why over 100,000, what 2, 3, 600,000 people was in that stream.
It was like
Close
over
that door.
800,000 people.
Close the door.
They had 700,000 people.
Yeah, so
watching
over
it.
It was like
800,000
over
people.
800,000 people watching
They
that show.
showed up. They showed up for the expectations because they said, "Look, we haven't seen nothing from Sony in 2 years." First party
Nigga, we
wise.
tried, nigga.
They gotta
I got a
have
drug
some.
station.
Hold on, they gotta have some fire. They got to have some heat, right? And you look at the beginning of this generation, right? They pretty much emptied out their clip. They gave you God of War Ragnarok. They gave you Horizon Forbidden West. They gave you The Last of Us 2. They remastered and remade Spider-Man multiple times. They remade Last of Us. The only thing they got left is right, but the only thing they have left, and I think they did that because Jim Ryan, you have to listen to Jim Ryan prior to this generation, right? When he was saying that we're going to move fast and try to transition PS4 users over to PS5 as quick as possible. And I think that's why you get the onslaught of first party titles that usually come later in the year from Sony at the beginning of this year, because they was trying. That's why they hit you with the God of War, and all those titles, the Ratchet and Clanks, the Demon Souls, and all that shit. That's why they kept hitting y'all with those, because they was trying to transition PS4 users over to PS5. But what didn't help in a lot of those cases was that a lot of those games were cross gen, right? So you get that, and then you come back at this previous conference they just had with Jim Ryan, and they're saying that they're pretty much struggling with not as many PS4 users came over to PS5.
Man, fuck all that. Them niggas water
in terms of what they was expecting.
Fuck all that shit.
Right now,
I'm just saying in terms of what they was expecting.
No, I get what
they
you're
didn't
saying,
transition a lot of them.
They're in a what now status at this point. They're in a what now status. We didn't engage in debate to go ahead and jump over to PS5. It's not working because people are sticking to their guns because they don't want to spend $500 on a console and all that stuff.
Oh no! What happened to all the scalpers though? All the goddamn PS5s in the goddamn.
But them scalpers got rid of them PS5s ages ago when they realized they couldn't make a damn dime on that bitch.
Oh, not all of them. Some stuck. Some of them stuck with the PS5.
Yeah, some of them stuck with surplus, but that's another story for another day.
A lot of them was overseas.
I'm gonna tell you what they told you.
Shout out to Texas with the $5. Your boy Thrash was capping for that dog shit mid case, trying to whisper talk. Look, his way into believing it was a good Sony show. Shake my head, always won. Yeah, we talked about that. How they
who got the show in the background?
Yeah, I ain't got it in the background.
They switched up real quick. That mellow, that mellow, that's you, brother.
That's on you, Paul.
That ain't me. But we talked about that about how the day the show, after the show, everybody, all the PlayStation fans was trashing the show, saying it was terrible, it was this and that, and then the next day they switched up to it ain't that bad or whatever. but yeah, man, it was it wasn't showing that everybody expected from, especially first party wise.
Yeah.
I like what I saw in Alan Wake. I love. I think
Alan
That
Wake
was
2
that
looked
fire.
amazing.
might be Noah.
Man.
Nah,
Alan Wake 2
well,
looked
am I got
amazing.
my? Am I echoing?
Yeah, I think that.
Might be.
No,
Oh,
it's
let me
good
cut my
now.
headset down.
Just mute for a
Straight.
second. Yeah.
All right, come on. Hold on. Let me see.
Okay.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
Alan
it's
Wake
fixed. It's
2
fixed. Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 looked amazing. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to talk about true next gen, that right there is personification of it. I don't know if they, I'm pretty sure they're probably using that new Unreal Engine 5 or something, but
hmm
my God.
Yeah, it looked
Oh,
pretty good.
oh my goodness.
Hold
But
on,
That
but
that that
let me
made
ask
me
y'all a
happy.
question real quick. This is off the topic or whatever, but I need clarification. Is Spider-Man only running at 30 frames a second?
that's what
It's
people
That's
saying.
what
probably
they
gonna
said.
it's probably gonna have two modes,
Yep.
Dre, like resolution mode and performance mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
I
guess. So
I
what
I, I expect that too. I expect that
they,
too.
they showed it running in
Because
resolution mode.
the trailer didn't look 30 frames a second. Not on my TV. It looked like it was running like 60.
Oh no, it went 60. It went
Uh,
60.
Well, I look.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest with you. Here go God, man. This
Go
gonna be
ahead.
the truth and the whole truth.
Nothing but
These
the
niggas
truth.
ain't got shit. I told you motherfuckers from jump. That single player bullshit ain't gonna hold the goddamn well for these motherfuckers. And that's what you're seeing here. Like Poe said, they shot they clip. And the problem with Sony games, first party, they only last for a week or two. You niggas finish them games within 2 weeks. Y'all outside the 100% achievement award niggas, you weirdo ass niggas, trophy niggas, my bad. But for the most part, when it goes into that store, them Netflix games is one and done. You get the story and you out. The attention span of gamers are very fucking small now.
Yeah.
And you're starting to see that trickle down into the gaming aspect, especially with Twitch and the streaming services, like people streaming the game, they're looking for multiplayer to
Yeah.
have longevity for the game. And Sony don't have that.
Somebody just told me the other day that Sony don't need that. Because I said Spider-Man, they
And they
really
dumb as
dropped the
fuck for
ball on
saying
Spider-Man.
that.
Spider-Man would have been cool, like, you know what I'm
Sound
saying,
like
if
you
you
do
could
need
have
the way this shit
both
went.
of them.
And that don't sound like a very smart businessman because at the end of the day, you have to go with the wave of the current. And the wave of the current is multiplayer. I'm sorry to tell you that. You can have a great story, $1 million budget, the greatest actors in the world playing a story. But once that game is done, it is done.
I think it's about uh replayability
Yeah.
and then extending the asset. And what I mean by that is we as gamers are the asset, right? Um in terms of what multiplayer does, it takes a person from single player into the multiplayer realm, but it continues their spending, right? Single at a certain point in single player games, you play the single player games, and then the spending cuts off at after you purchase that game. You might get a few DLCs that might come in that you may spend or not. But when you have a game that has single player and multiplayer aspect, you have the player that's willing to purchase that game goes over to into multiplayer and then continuously spend, and that's what Call of Duty does. Call of Duty puts player into look after you finish this single player, or you might not even play the single player. You might just go over to this multiplayer, even with Fortnite. But you want this new map pack, right? You're gonna pay for it. You want these new outfits. You want these new guns, these new camouflages. You want all these trinkets that make up your character, that make up your gun, and you're willing to pay for it. That's what my asked one of my sons, what you want for the birthday? Told me V-Bucks. My daughter told me they want Roblox,
Yeah.
Robux for their
Yeah.
because they play Roblox because they want to spend on these little trinkets, and that's what these games as a service who have mastered this in terms of your Fortnite, your Call of Duties, and things like that. They've mastered this point where they have a consumer base that is constantly spending on the same product.
Thank
on
you.
the same product. On the single
I
player,
don't have a
Sony
problem.
can't get that out of single player because
I heard the phone.
once they're done with it, it's on to the next experience.
And they have to
Yeah.
make another one.
Right,
You have
right,
to follow up
right,
with it. Like
right. And so that money that Sony will have wanted forces them to rely on Call of Duty and Fortnite because that's where the money goes. But now Sony has saying, look, what the fuck are we doing here? Why are we allowing money to go over here to third party when we can create our own multiplayer games?
but
They
can
can
they?
That's the question.
they're
Can
gonna have
they?
to try. They're gonna have to
Like,
try
They,
honestly,
because
they about to ask the first attempt.
Hey,
they're
that
gonna have
goes
to
back to what
try
you were talking about post that
because
time.
I expect Halo to, and I know people might laugh at me, but I 343 and what's the name, Pierre and them, they're over there working quietly. I expect that to get some momentum and boost going at one point. I even expect the next Gears.
But Halo ain't dead though.
No, Halo is
I know
fun
there's a
as
narrative
hell.
that
It just
Halo ain't
be, you
dead, but
know what I'm saying?
when they
I
have tournaments, they have like 10,000 plus viewers on Twitch.
mm,
You could get on Halo and find a match easy. Halo ain't dead.
yeah,
Halo is not
I even expect Gears, the next Gears, to have some type of games as a service in terms of the multiplayer aspect of it.
yeah,
I really do. I
But
really do.
but you know what gets me though, Post? Whenever Microsoft tries to push their games as a service, they get kickback from the media.
yeah,
You ever notice that?
they do.
Yeah.
Like they're selling packs, they're selling this microtransactions, da 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 da. Like you only hear about these complaints when Microsoft do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But EA got games like that all over the place.
Oh,
Hell, and
And
you
EA
expect that if you buy EA.
2K.
started this whole thing.
and
Yeah.
again, I just want to say I don't have a problem with single player games. Is there a world for them? Yes. But being sustainable for a franchise in this climate, no. It ain't it.
Well, it's I think Microsoft and I think Phil tackled this issue
Hell
good
yeah.
in terms of the perspective of Nadalia and how his overall view of running Microsoft software and services. And then where did Phil move Xbox over to? Software and services. And I think Game Pass is a good model to where look, we get residual income, we got money coming in monthly. So as quick as much as money, I won't say as much, but as quick as money we have going out, we have money coming in, and that can help subsidize the cost of the games we can create. So our developers are now able to take risks. So even if something is not successful, or even if it's failed, look at Redfall. Some people will consider Redfall as a failure, but we get to eat that cost because we got money coming, millions coming in monthly from Game Pass. Was it successful? No. Do we have to worry about eating the cost on that? No, because at some point we're going to recoup that over the next couple of months with the millions that we got coming in on Game Pass. So developers are able to take risks, whether they are
Thank
successful or
you.
fail with it
That's
is
Southwest on
another
Magnolia
thing. And I
Drive,
think
14.
Sony is trying to get to that point because they're spending 250 million on these first party studios, and I don't think they're recouping as much as
And getting the
that they're
bare
putting out.
minimum.
Yeah.
I
Hey,
got a question for y'all.
go ahead, Ted.
Pretty much the games as a service that you seen on the Sony show. Yes, was it yes? Yeah, yesterday.
Mhm.
Do you see those as possibly having some life just being on PlayStation?
Oh, say
Okay,
it again?
repeat that. Say it again.
Yeah.
So the games as a service that you've seen on PlayStation, do you honestly see those as being sustainable just being on PlayStation?
No.
Mm,
And that's another thing, Teddy.
That
That's
that's
another thing.
that's the one thing that's eating at me right now. Because, like I said, the first trailer that I saw, that Fair Game one,
That's fair
I
game.
want that one to be so successful because I feel like I'm gonna have a blast playing that.
That's fair game. Is it going to be exclusive though?
I feel as though it should be. That's my whole take on that one. I feel like
It
that
need
game was
Who's
successful
the
if you
developer on
spread
that?
that out.
Haven Studio, that's their new game.
Yeah, that's Haven.
Okay.
they need to be free to play too. You notice with a lot of successful service games,
I
the
think it's
most
gonna be
successful ones.
PS5 and PC.
Notice with
I'm about to
most
say when you come to gaming service, you don't want to isolate it to just one console base. You can have
Yeah.
to. It
you
has
want
to be
the
something that's
Accessible
fluctuated
for
through.
everybody.
you want
Through
the entry
multiple
cost to
service.
be you want the entry cost to be low too. Like it can't charge $70 and expect these
Yeah,
live service
exactly.
games
Yeah,
to take
yeah,
off
that's true
either.
too. Yeah, you
But
you
I
can
mean,
you can run
those
around and get away from some people, but
at the
Yeah,
end of
it's
the
for
day, man, it's got to
PlayStation
be
and
a
Windows
good game.
PC. It's
There's
for
the
got to be an
PlayStation.
incentive.
microtransactions is what carry those type of games.
If you're gonna
The
charge
content
somebody,
within
if
it.
you're gonna charge somebody full retail for that, you got to have some type of incentives to go along with that.
I'm
Oh
saying
yeah,
because,
yeah.
like I said, what was that? It's a couple games as a service that died last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm being exclusive to PlayStation too.
Yeah. Crushing all
Exactly.
stars is one.
I
Yeah.
think these monthly like Destiny 2. I think the fact you got to spend $70 every year to get the update. I don't see
Fucking
Destiny
insane.
2 being sustainable. I think like the last season it reviewed horrible.
Well,
I
yeah.
just don't see
You talking about Lightfall or you talking about Beyond Light?
what was the last one, the most recent one?
No. Which one was the last one? Beyond Light, Lightfall.
Lightfall. I
Yeah.
mean,
Lightfall was poorly received.
are people really spending $70 a year on Destiny
No,
2?
you're not. No. You're not spending 70. Like like they go for like 50, and then if you want to get the deluxe edition, which comes with the 4 seasons automatically, you spend like 100.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be sustainable for a long time either.
Well,
I think
Destiny's going through his last expansion with Final Shape. Final Shape's the
Me-
last one, and after that, we
Me-
matter.
Mello, am I correct in saying that the 2K player base is dropping too?
We fucked.
Wait,
It's a wrap with 2K.
yo, Mello, what happened with 2K, bro?
We fucked over here with 2K. I ain't gonna hold you.
They took that Curry
The
slide.
problem with
Nobody wanna play
the problem with it ain't even the curry slide. It's just that the community is just too cannibalizing that game. To be honest with you. Because you got one people that want it to be arcadey, then you got the other that want the comp side of the game,
That's where they need to bring live back, so you
and
have
then
the arcade.
and then like the community itself is just real bad. Like even when you go into the rec, so Madden just announced that they got crossplay coming.
That's
What?
huge. That's
Yeah.
huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
That
Hold
was
on, hold
announced.
on, hold
rumored.
on.
It's been
When they
rumored.
announced that?
No, that's real. That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
Real
that's
announcement.
true.
Madden
Yeah, that was a big
24
announcement.
announced
Yeah.
that they doing crossplay for the
Yep.
new Madden that's coming.
Madden
That's
24.
massive.
So I
Yep.
What's up with it,
expect
Rose?
football to
What's
be on
up?
the same wavelength.
Like
I think that's good. I think that's good.
that's wonderful. That is
That's
a
great.
very smart move. We've been saying this for 2K for God knows how long. Even
And
and
EA
then in 2K, this is the worst part. They dropped the golf game. Golf got crossplay, cross
Oh, it do?
progression. Yes. They got a 2K, they got the Legos, the Lego 2K drive game that just dropped. That has crossplay. But NBA 2K23, which they have right now on in the market, and I noticed something also in their financial shares, they didn't show the numbers where 2K was. They like grouped it with everything else, with wrestling and all that shit. So
Hey,
Hey, who got us in their pocket?
2K24,
What's going on, man? The audio sound like dog shit.
I don't know, somebody got something going on in the
I
back.
don't know what's going on in the background.
somebody on a typewriter.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
But
might be me on my headphones.
2K24
My
is
bad.
like one of those it's a breaking point for 2K right now because college is going to come with EA as well.
Mm-hmm.
And when they announced that and it's got the whole cross progression and yeah, it might be RIP to 2K.
And God forbid they start being like, hey, for example, let's say I don't know, Ultimate Team or something. Will they even implement cross save in there? They implement cross save, boy. That's a wrap for it. That's a wrap, man. That cross
What
save is
talking about with 2K? Yeah,
yeah.
it needs 2K need. This is what 2K need. 2K need to be cheaper. Like $70 for 2K. You can't really justify it
Well, shit,
nowadays.
2K at this point is 150.
Yeah, I know. It need to be like $39.99 to get in
And the
because
worst,
the microtransaction you gotta you get 2K $70 or 150 depending on what version you get.
yeah.
You gotta spend damn near another $100 to if you're in the my player to get your my player somewhat decent
No, I
to
Yeah,
agree.
compete against
I
other
agree.
players.
a lot of people felt some type of way about this last one because you spend almost two. Well, me personally, I spent almost $200 on 2K, and
I'll give
I
you.
didn't feel like I got my money's worth at all for that shit.
I'll
And
give
Because
you
then
it's
when
one
the
the
same
better.
game over and over
it,
again. Every year it's the same shit. How you
yeah,
happy?
exactly. And then when the news broke that NBA, the reason why NBA Live got delayed this year is because the NBA blocked them for doing the free to play version of NBA Live. It raised a lot of red flags with the games.
Fucking Adam Silver, bro. Man, can't
They
be
like, nah,
trusted.
you ain't finna. They said, hold on, you finna interfere with 2K making how much money off of this game, and you want to do free to what? Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't
Hell,
rocking.
I'll do y'all one better. So this year's 2K, right? So peep this. So ain't no cross play, ain't no cross save, right? You spending 150 on one end because you got friends who play on this system, but you also got homies that play on the other system. So guess what? You may not spend 150 on that system. What?
Yeah,
No, you got to spend it
cause
on that system.
Parker
You still got to
ducked
spend it
me.
on that system. So
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
got to
put it
spend
out
100.
there. Parker ducked
Yeah.
me.
So just off of that
Oh,
alone, you spending
you're
300
not
outright.
alone. Parker Duck, everybody.
Yeah. So you
I
spending
when they
300
got a whole
outright.
PS5 and this nigga ducked out on me.
So you spending two. So you got $250 titles. So you got 300 off there. So you gonna want VC on that end because you got to build your character on that end. You got to get VC on that end, so you got to get on there. So you get your VC. So we looking at maybe $100 for VC, depending on what you do. So that's 200 right there. So that's already. What, five? So that's five out there. Then
Oh,
not
you on
only
two
that,
consoles?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, two consoles. So that's 500 right there. So now you jump on the game. Now you realize, oh, to take it to 85, it's damn near 500 VC, 500,000. Yeah. Oh yeah. People must have forgot about that
It
when they
sound like
making
your
this shit.
Oh,
pocket's hurting over
oh
that
no,
shit.
that ain't even the
That
kicker
is
though.
some shit.
This ain't even the kicker, Teddy. In the game, you can have your player maxed out, right? But
Yes.
you can't get them like 99. They got these things called PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. You gotta buy.
Oh.
I'm serious. Am I yo?
Yo,
Hey,
yo.
hey,
Am I lying? Am I lying, Mello?
hey,
Nah,
You
that
uh,
gotta
ain't
buy
even.
boosts. You gotta buy boosts. Every game, like you
Hey,
use it and it's gone. So you
Yo,
gotta buy the boost to get into the game and perform.
hey, hold on.
Perform.
No, 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 no.
Yeah.
Y'all understand the subliminal psychological effect from
Damn.
hey, here's the worst part. Now
yo,
you can't even
yo,
build your character because now your character's suspended for like 20 damn games.
Listen,
yo.
You
you
That,
gotta
gotta
just
buy
put that
pins, bro. You got every game. You gotta buy pins, or your dude don't perform good. Am I
Yo,
lying, Mello?
man, like what in the world, yo? Oh.
I'm not capping, bro.
yo.
Then not only that, let's say you do my team. I'm not even gonna get into that one because I done did
hey,
my
I'm
team
gonna need
before and
y'all
I'm
to
never
tap
doing
this
that
shit.
no more. I'm never doing my team again. Buddy,
What's
Hey,
after
up,
you done
Mello?
spent
What's up,
3,000,
Teddy? Everyone, good night.
What's up, Pastor?
What's
Pastor,
up,
what's
Pastor?
good, Pastor?
What up, what's up?
What's going on? Talk your shit, but hey,
We're back, baby. We're back.
talk your
Better
shit,
than ever.
Pastor. What's going on, Pastor? Pastor, what's going on, Pastor?
Man, we are back, man. We are back and better than ever, man.
Pastor,
You
Pastor, they
telling
need a
me
blessing
after
out
two
there,
years,
Pastor. They need a
you
blessing out there.
listen to
Talk
me.
your shit, Pastor.
After 2 years of not showing anything, After Sony did not give their players any kind of first party content for the entire year, you telling me they came out here and showed Puss in Boots? They showed Puss in Boots,
It's
and they
supposed
want
to
persons to come and say that this show was. Some persons have the audacity to say that this show was a 7 or an 8. Ah, buddy, oh God, buddy. This is me post up. We're back, baby. We're back and better than ever.
Yes, we are.
Pastor,
Yes,
Pastor, I got a question. I got a question for you, Pastor.
What up?
You playing Foam Stars?
Oh, buddy, storm start. I'm looking to see if I could sue someone for that, man. I'm gonna call Nintendo and let's see if we can just sue Square Enix for that, man. That's a direct copy from Splatoon. Direct copy.
Hey, Pastor, we're gonna need to have you say a prayer for the PlayStation masses, brother.
Man,
Right
they're
now,
done bad, man.
they're
They're
down
done
bad, brother.
bad.
We got to save some souls today by bringing them over to the Xbox congregation, brother. Let me tell you something.
Oh Lord, man.
But you guys heard that right now. But I saw you saw it post up where Xbox have like live party. They have like a showing for their showcase in theaters.
Yeah, we was just talking about that. We was just
okay.
talking about that. We was talking about how, state of game. We might not do a live stream because all three of us might be at the theaters.
Yo,
Oh, the
is this
Phantom
the first
Theaters.
time they're doing that? Is this the first time they're doing that?
Yeah, it's the first
Yes,
time.
this is the
I
first
don't
time.
think this. Yeah.
So I don't ever
First
think
time.
you was able to see it in theaters. Nope.
So it seems like Microsoft is rather confident with what they have to show.
Hey, you know what? I didn't even look at it like that.
They are
Pastor.
rather
Have
confident.
y'all in the theater for free,
Yeah.
plus $10 in snacks. Then they give y'all $10 credit for snacks. Like that's gonna give anybody no damn snacks. Hell, $10 in credit.
Exactly.
You know what? This is the first time I've.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
They
could be
bro, that
wrong.
shows confidence though. If they telling people to go to a theater and see it, they paying for your snacks to go see this. They got something they want you to see.
Bro, we
They
got
got
some
some.
Okay,
heat
Texas
coming.
was in 2019.
I'm trying to
They
tell
did it
you.
in
I mean,
2019
shit,
too.
I'm trying to
They
look
did
at it like that too.
They
But
did
in,
it.
but in Texas or everywhere?
No.
You said,
Texas in the,
no,
in
you
the
said,
comments saying that they did it back in 2019.
Oh,
It
the whole
reminds
show?
me when they used to do it on television, when they used to broadcast it on TV
Yeah,
too as
they used to
well.
2019 was a good year though.
Yeah,
We had
I think they're
we had
saying.
Ori, Gears, Forza. That was a
Hey
strong year
man,
for
they better
Xbox.
not
I mean,
send. Let me tell you
I
something. They
mean,
better not send me to this theater
yeah.
with no free $10 credit for snacks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But
Get me comfortable in that recliner and then
hold
give
on,
me a dud. We're not
Pose.
doing this.
They gonna show you Foam Stars post. That's what they gonna show.
Hold
Blow
on,
bubbles.
time out, Pose. What are you? But
No,
what is theater is worth $10? That's my whole thing in a nutshell.
No, you get in free.
You get it free and get free snacks.
They giving you getting in the theater free to watch, and they giving you a $10 credit.
$10 credit.
It says
Okay.
complimentary.
So
Complimentary
I would take
popcorn.
the theater is high, brother. It's gonna take $10 to get a popcorn. You feel
You
me?
probably got it. You probably
It's
gotta
gonna
have
take
a
$10
Game
to get a
Pass or
large.
something.
You know what I'm
It's gonna
saying?
take $10 to get a large.
And
That's
nigga,
what
the
I'm saying.
drink
It's
is
gonna get nuts.
it's about half of that. So
That's
look,
true. For
it'll
two
help
people,
me.
it's damn near $60 at the snack bar.
You feel me? Look, it'll help me. Look. When I go,
Is it that they're showing the both shows in the theater, which is the Bethesda show with Starfield and the
I think both of them
showcase?
gonna be in theater. I think both of them. And you know what? I want to see whatever they gonna show on that movie screen with that motherfucking audio system. So I'm letting y'all know now.
That Adobe
on
audio.
June 1st, on June 1st, if they send me that email and it's a theater near.
We up.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna let y'all know, chat now, that we will be doing a post show and we won't be doing it live.
It won't be a live reaction.
It won't be live because I'm gonna be in the. Let me tell you, and I'm gonna do
What
it
we
because
took from the show.
I already got to
goddammit.
take my daughters to see the Little Mermaid, and when I go to the date, I got I go my three daughters. I'm spending they get the action for everything. They want popcorn, nachos, sweets, snacks. I be up there spending damn near $100, $120 $20,
Yeah, I think my
$50
last going to the
at
theater
the
alone.
theater, you know what I'm saying, dealing with them. So I'm gonna go in and appreciate my light pocket work as I go watch this game show before my daughters them text me when I take them to see the Little Mermaid. I'm telling you. But yeah, but I'm just telling you now, I'm just letting y'all know now. If it's a theater next to me and I get that email, I'm there, bro.
No, but
I am there.
think about it, Post. Why would Microsoft be so confident to send these invitations out to person?
Yeah.
I don't think they would invite person to see this show on the big screen to show them trash. Think about it.
Yeah.
Why would I pay for men?
Well, I don't know. The last show they did have people fly out to I had to keep it real.
That wasn't a bad thing, just man. That wasn't a bad thing.
I had to keep it real though. They did have people fly out to Cali and was like,
It was not it. They flew back to California and them fuckers flew back disappointed.
My bad. But hey, we're gonna redeem myself this time around.
Yeah.
Hey, Play, you there, Play?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
Hey, okay, break it down to us, Play. Break it down. What was your whole perspective of everything?
Perspective of the show?
Yeah.
So
you sound better too, man. You sound a lot better.
I'm getting there. I'm almost there. You showed some decent third-party content.
Mm-hmm.
But these shows aren't really based on third-party content.
Exactly.
What people really want to know is what you got coming as first party. What are you showing? This is a PlayStation showcase because we're really interested in it. No different than Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. You showed Assassin's Creed. That's wonderful. But
I wasn't impressed with that.
Neither was I. And I saw some reuse of a lot of animations in that joint, so I'm not too thrilled about that game. But I digress from that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I look at your first party. You showed PSVR 2 game for, I don't know, 300,000 people because, Noah was saying only 600,000 shipped. Mm-hmm. So who knows how many people actually bought it. So you showed some PSVR and PSVR 2 games for that. You're not planning on making any money because they know ain't that many people to buy the thing. And they mostly single player content anyway. Then the only game we knew for sure was probably going to be there was Spider-Man 2 because that's supposed to have a release date this year, and they still haven't given one. Because they got the year, because the year came when they showed the last showcase.
Yep.
It was going to be 2023. So
and they hit us with the fall 2023 again.
Exactly.
They said still on track for fall 2023.
Wait, did they say that?
Yes, they said still on track for fall 2023. That's not a definitive statement. That's wiggle room.
I didn't hear that.
That's what you call giving it out.
Spider-Man 2. They said Spider-Man, instead of saying fall 23, they said still on track.
Oh,
is it a possible delay there?
Hey, of course it's possible. They didn't give an exact date.
It's not finished.
Lower your expectations, big fella.
I haven't the slightest clue. Like this whole show just felt like it was filler outside of some of the third-party content.
They showed a movie trailer.
Yes, that's what I'm about to get to. Why on earth are you showing us a movie trailer?
Yeah.
Now I understand PlayStation Studios must have a movie segment in their whole little organization, but ain't nobody watching this no movie. What's a movie?
The game was a failure, so they trying to.
I understand that.
Trying to get people to play that.
I understand that, but I don't own a PlayStation, so I'm not gonna feel as bad. But if I owned a PlayStation and I saw a movie show up, unless that movie is exclusive to my PlayStation and I only can watch it on my PlayStation,
I think you're wrong.
No good.
All these ponies know is movies. Horizon is a movie. All those movies.
I'm fully aware of that.
Yes, what are they doing? They are pandering to what their fans know.
But the difference is, Jay, you get quick buttons to tap. You actually get to engage in that experience.
Yeah,
you get quick.
You don't get to engage It's not
No,
like
no.
this Minecraft on Netflix where you get to like select buttons and determine what they do on Netflix. No,
Why
it's
do
just
you
you.
think they showed that movie trailer in a gaming showcase? Why you
Oh, I
think
know
they
why.
did
I
that?
know why. Because
Because they
Gran
didn't
Turismo
have
ain't doing
nothing.
nothing.
These ponies
I'm
love
fully aware of
movies.
that.
They love movies.
So
No.
I thought the show was like a 2 out of 10. I thought it
Okay.
was poor. It's the worst. It is
Two.
the worst
Hell, he
PlayStation
said 2 out of
Damn, boy, you
show
worse
I've
than me.
ever seen. And the reason I'm saying that,
I
they
double
ain't
down on
show
that.
nothing. They
Rose,
ain't
what
nothing.
about the
Listen to me.
controller? What
All right,
about the controller
Listen.
with the screen?
hold on. I'm getting to that. I ain't even got to that yet. You
Oh,
showed us
excuse me.
Spider-Man
Excuse me.
Let him
2.
rock. Let him rock. Let
You
him rock.
showed us
Go
Excuse
ahead,
me.
play.
Spider-Man 2, which you showed us 600 days ago. We already knew. So that you resaid that. You showed us Final Fantasy 16, which you probably have shown in some form or fashion for the third time. Alan Wake 2, you showed that before. At least we got an update on that. So that's 3 things right there of things you showed in the past.
Plucky
Right?
Squire. We saw that.
All right.
The
Plucky Squire.
Immortal. It was a lot of games that was shown at
Immortals, we
Summer
seen
Game
that.
Fest. Yep. There's a
You
lot of
showed us
games that was
Foam
shown last
Stars.
year.
The moment we seen Foam Stars, everybody thought,
Since
okay, you
Splatoon.
went and got Splatoon ripoff. That's what you did there.
Yeah.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Something about that
So
phone.
so
These
when
jokers is
when
fighting and
as
fighting.
far as I'm concerned, now I do want to address a few other things because I heard you guys talk about because the media and Sony themselves, because Sony would comment, they would retweet the media. I'm gonna put it like that. They'd retweet it. Sony was selling these PS5s at a record pace. Now I'm confused. How you selling PS5s at a record pace somehow when there's been a chip shortage, but you just at a record pace compared to all consoles that you've ever sold, and you're supposedly profitable. You increase the price in certain regions, they're still selling, and all I see is how the records this thing is selling. And then in the beginning of the show, y'all talking about they got in their quarterly report to talk about how they had a
We
rough
ain't get
2022. Now,
Hey,
it
I'm
was
hold
rough out
on,
in these
hold
streets.
on.
some ain't
Let me
making
rock.
sense.
Let me
Let him
rock.
rock.
Now,
Let him
Math
now,
rock.
ain't
Let
mathing.
him rock.
The
now,
Let him
math
rock.
ain't
now,
mathing.
Let
now,
him rock.
I'm
Hold
just going to
on.
look at the
Let
moves
them rock.
Sony been making. Now, remember the last time I was on your podcast, I thank you. Y'all let me be a guest. I said Sony was 7 years behind, right? Because they got the infrastructure in place. You're trying to go cloud. That costs money. You're trying to get your live services platform together. That costs money. You're trying to get your porting the PC day and date situation in under wraps. That costs money because you got to build out those pipelines. You spent most of your money making single player games. I mean, you're spending what? Let's just call it. Let's be nice. $100 million budget on God of War. $100 million budget on The Last of Us 2. All that's upfront cost. And then when the games sell, it's not like you're making the money right back. And if
Come
you
on,
are, you're
man.
not making a huge profit. So
Mm.
you're not really turning a profit with the moves you're making, Sony. That's the issue. You
Yep.
realize you need live service games. You ain't released one yet.
Mm.
You got one coming out from Bungie that's coming to Xbox as well as PC because you ain't got enough players
That
on your
game might be
platform.
years out though. Rose,
I
they didn't
know,
give no release date.
I know. All
Y'all
right,
looking at
Bungie,
2026, 2027 possible.
Bungie is giving their expertise on all your other studios because none of them know how to make service games. All
Yep.
right, if it's true they had to reevaluate factions. I mean,
Yep.
we ain't seen nothing but concept art from them. So
Yeah,
that joint's probably years out.
yeah.
Where is Sony?
So
Because PlayStation is the thing carrying Sony. Where is PlayStation right now making the money? I can't see where they're making money. I see them selling at record paces but I don't see where
Scalpers.
you're making
Hey, but we all
money.
and they take losses on these fucking consoles.
Yes,
All
but
I'm saying,
apparently they're profitable on their console right now. Where are they making money? I don't see where. I see them spending money because they're playing catch up. You're releasing this handheld. That thing's going to be at least $199, if
That's
not
finna
more.
fail.
And
No,
if
that's
I
more than
that's
No,
that.
that's
understand
not
that's like
correctly,
199.
250.
That's more
That's
than
gonna
that.
That's
be
more than that.
250.
Hold
That's
on.
gonna be
And if,
250.
That shit gonna
and if
compete
I
with the Wii.
understood it correctly, it
I mean,
allows you to
the
remote
Switch.
play from your PlayStation 5.
Yeah, you can't take it nowhere.
You can't take it nowhere.
You can't take it
Yeah,
nowhere.
you playing in
Just
your
look.
living
It
room.
Damn.
gotta, it gotta
Wait,
come
Just
with
wait,
look.
the
wait,
How
wait,
much?
wait.
Look at
Hold
this
on.
statement
Look
right
at
here.
what post.
Listen to
Yeah,
this
look at
statement.
this. Look at this. Look at
All right,
this.
hold on.
Sony is investing 50% of PlayStation Studios investment into new IP.
Nigga,
This
did you say
is
50?
hold on, 50%, right? It's listen to what Play just said. They have to do in order to keep up. This is why they scared. I'm telling you. Look, if I'm Microsoft, look. Then they say this is an investment that we feel will give significant returns in the second half of
Oh
this
my god.
Hey,
decade.
that goes back to what I said. Post 2027,
That means 2026
So
2027,
from now.
28.
Yeah.
Bro, it's gonna be a minute.
so
You're gonna get more
y'all
showcases like what we saw the other day
so y'all
from
give me a
Sony.
minute. Let me comprehend this. So you mean to tell me they done invested 50% into Kitty Cats of the Caribbean
And no, like Teddy, they
and,
said more than half of
I
PlayStation Studios
yeah,
investment will be
yeah.
live services for the fiscal
Mhm.
year of 2025.
Got you. Kitty Cats of the Caribbean and Mr. Bubbles bathing soap for phone stars.
And so Teddy,
They done
what
invested in Mr. Bubbles
Teddy,
and they spraying soap in each other.
Teddy. So what you're seeing is you're seeing a lack of first party IP because Sony is transitioning.
Yes.
Yep, you're seeing
That's
less. The
you're
budget.
Thank
Hey, I
you.
was right. I
they
was
are
right. I said they cut the budget. They cut the
transitioning.
budget. I told you.
They
I
are
told you.
transitioning their
I,
portfolio.
I need a drink. I
You
need
know,
a
They
drink,
are
Teddy.
Lord.
Hold on. Hold
listen
on,
to
post.
what
Hold
they're
on. Hey, hold
telling
on.
you.
Post. Hold
Listen
on,
to what
post.
they're telling you. Go
Post.
ahead.
I gotta pat myself in the back. In the beginning of the show, I said Jim Ryan cut the budget. What does
Cut
this
that
say?
bitch
What
in
is this?
half.
Go back to that. Go back to that chart you was just on.
You said
2019, 88% of their investments went to traditional, mean
First party.
first
first
Single
part,
party.
player game.
Just
third
first
person
party.
action games, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo,
2023, 45%. You cut that in almost in half.
Yeah.
The
yo, look
budget
at
is
that.
cut in half.
And then by
2 years later,
2025,
Get
you
live
drop
service.
another 5%.
they're telling you they're cutting back on the single player model.
I just want to know who the hell
Yo,
They're
yep, yep,
possibly
yep,
getting
investing.
rid of it.
So you
yeah.
Hey,
mean to
talk to
tell?
me
So you
nice.
mean to tell me?
That's all
So
I'm
you mean
gonna
to
say from
tell me?
now on.
So you
Call
mean to
me
tell
Mister
me
Talk
by
to Me Nice,
2028?
nigga.
You mean to tell me by 2028 they
Facts,
gonna
facts.
have more
Bella
joint
been
than
Turn it
saying
one
it
down.
too.
person in Mr. Bubble
By
game?
2025, 26, 27, they're going to have more live service games than they will single player games. Because
Here,
Jim Ryan told y'all their current model is not
Not
It's
working.
sustainable.
not
Yep, yep,
sustainable.
yep,
here's the
yep.
issue. Here's the issue.
Wait.
Here's the issue.
Hold on.
Go ahead,
What
go ahead.
was it? Before you go on there, one more thing. I'm sorry. Look at the chart on the left. Add-on content.
Yep, add-on
Add-on
content. Yep.
content is continued to grow.
DLC.
Digital full games is shrinking. So
Yeah.
and subscription is going up. Bro, who's
Digital
copying
full
who?
game.
Huh?
That's what I'm
Who's
saying.
Huh?
who's copying who?
What did I say?
Huh?
There's 7 years behind.
They're behind.
Bro, this is Sony. This is from Sony's internal documents, bro. You can't lie about this. This is what they're showing investors.
This is what they
This
showed the
this is the
investors
this is the stuff
the
PlayStation
other
dudes will
day.
argue with you about. And like it's right there in black and white, bro.
Okay.
But
Big
you
Money
know,
argue me this. J Dub argue me this.
Okay. But guess what?
Zaire
Look here.
argue me this.
By the
Call
time
me Mr.
2028,
Nice Guy
so
from
that
now on.
2025 thing, right? The one that says 60%, you might as well cut that bitch in half because half might make it and half might not when it
Oh
comes
They
to
don't
the
know.
live
Facts.
service.
no. It's gonna be
Teddy, they
worse than
don't know
that.
what's going to be
It's gonna
successful.
be worse than that.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, well
Ain't
then
gonna be
shit.
no
Fuck
half.
cutting it.
You might as
Okay,
well cut
fuck
it to
cutting it in
like,
half.
I would
Cut
say
25.
15%.
15%
Who
might
the
make it
hell
and
greenlit
it
that
might not.
handheld device, man? That shit is
Bro,
ass.
you wanna know why
No.
they greenlit
Who the
that,
hell
bro? I'm gonna tell
greenlit
you
them
why.
earbuds?
I'm gonna tell you
I
why they
would
greenlit it. It's a stopgap.
Yep.
They need to show that
Stop
they
that.
are
Gotcha.
somehow cloud friendly.
Yep.
They can't have you
Thank you.
on your cell phone getting on your Xbox at one moment, then go into bed and chill and play on your Xbox on your phone through Xbox.
Yep.
They
You know
need a
what?
stopgap. That's why that device is
Talk
there.
that
Okay,
shit, play.
guys.
Talk
Color
that
They need
shit,
a
play.
cool. They
stopgap.
got a stopgap, but guess what? They now look here. They got a stopgap, right? Guess what the fuck they
Because they're
can't
not
goddamn
cloud ready
do?
right now.
Yes, I know, but guess what the fuck they can't goddamn do? They best not take their ass over there to that CMA for the damn appeals talking about they got cloud infrastructure that's going to hurt our
Right,
damn
but they
Well,
competition.
well,
well,
no,
they're
you're
not going to
right.
talk about their
They don't
cloud stuff
have
yet.
cloud yet.
They
But
don't have it yet.
they've had the remote play since PS4.
That's
But
why they
right
keep
now,
pushing remote play.
but right now
Oh,
they
They're
okay.
not ready.
they have
Cloud rise.
they're not ready. That's the only reason they're not talking about it yet.
And
Their
they ain't
Bro,
gonna
I
infrastructure.
talk
finished
about it
using
until after this. And you probably ain't gonna hear about it for a while. At least while this ABK stuff is going
You
on.
want to know what I think? I don't think you're gonna hear about it till PlayStation 6.
So
That's
that
what I
means
think.
okay,
Bro,
so
Hey,
2028,
I'm looking at this.
2029.
You telling me you're gonna start releasing service games in 2025 and 2025?
Yep.
That's 5 years into the gen.
Yep.
Yeah.
We probably gonna start hearing about a new PlayStation 6, new Xbox, at least a
27,
year in
28.
2026, 27, somewhere
Yep.
in there.
And it ain't
So
gonna
you're
release till probably 2028,
bro,
chill.
2029 because you gotta get a
from the
bonus
way
year
it
out.
looks like right now, when did they just buy Bungie? Last year? Has it been a year?
Yep.
Last year.
Have they put in full 365 days since they acquired them? I don't think
No.
it has.
Acquiring Bungie is the death of the traditional model at PlayStation.
But
All
guess
right,
what? Even
but hold on.
Bungie got work to do.
Right, but think about.
Okay,
Remember, I told y'all about how much. Remember, I brought up my indication on how bad their infrastructure was when they had to take all that time just for PlayStation users to change their username. Remember, I said that the last time we talked.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Their infrastructure itself that they own has not been set up to handle whatever the live service vision they had.
They
So
don't.
not only
It's capped at 5 million.
so not only do they need Bungie's expertise, whatever hardware renovations that they have to do at a hardware server configuration, bandwidth configuration, all of that stuff they got to redo to sustain where they want to go. We might not see that fully roll out until
To next generation.
PlayStation 6.
hey, it's crazy. Bungie
Because
came in and looked at Naughty Dog game and said, "Yeah, that shit gotta go."
because you know why? Because they're gonna spend it. Bungie got to spend this generation helping them transfer their whole system and portfolio from the back end all the way up to first party. That's what Bungie
Golly.
gonna be doing the rest of this in terms of games as a service, in terms of
What
the
is
next PlayStation U6 UC is gonna be the most social platform you've ever
damn.
seen. You've ever seen before, and you're gonna be like, "This nigga, did they copy X?" I'm talking about from
Nigga,
I'm
copy paste from
I'm
point
talking
A
about
to
from
point
party.
zero,
I'm
nigga.
talking about from how you access multiplayer games, lobby,
God damn.
party chat. All of that is going to be different by the time the next system comes, and it's going to be due to Bungie.
But
It's going to be due to Bungie.
think about it.
Correct me if I'm wrong though, right? Bungie is the father of skill-based matchmaking. They created
Yes.
it with
Yes.
Halo.
Yeah.
Well, on console.
On console, yeah.
On console.
Think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it. How did Xbox develop the Series X? They made a dual chip that could run in your console at home and was cloud ready with the security needed to
Yeah,
be
it
able
had
to run
built-in
4
cloud
Xbox
technology. Yep.
right, to be able to run 4 Xbox Series S's or whatever the heck you need to run in the cloud.
Simultaneously. Yep.
PlayStation don't have nothing like that.
Nope.
Right now, if
That's
they're
what
doing
motherfuckers
real
gonna get.
cloud, if they want to bring in a sustainable cloud that's easy to develop for and all this other stuff, I can't see them doing that without new hardware. I can see them shortcutting it for a little bit of time.
See, Microsoft built that cloud stuff into the chip. See, Microsoft is so far ahead right now in terms of where they see the industry going, and
They're not like
Sony
that.
Sony knows this. And another
Microsoft got
thing,
their own cloud service
you're
too.
in the process of transitioning your whole portfolio, right? And you see it here on the screen in terms of where their investment is going, right? And then you got another thing with Play. You got to think about what Play said. You have to transition your portfolio, right? Then you have no guarantees of if these games as a service will be successful or not, or generate the finances that you want them to. You also got to figure out a cloud solution in a back end.
God damn.
That's going to cost. It's so much that they have to do,
Yep.
and that's now you see why they're laying off, closing studios. Right now you see why they're canceling games quick. You know what I'm saying? They just looked at the Deviation game. That partnership was announced not too long ago. Took a look at that's 50 million. Oh, we got to cut that. So now you got to start cutting costs where you're going to effectively need it.
pay Paul.
Yep.
They
And then you
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Then you got to look at your service, right? You got to look at your service. The PS Plus as a whole is not really doing that good because the last numbers you put out, you only had a 1 million new subscribers. You're still within that 46 to 47 million range of PS Plus subscribers that you've been at for a minute now, right? You're still at that, right? Then you just put out the numbers on your lower tier and your premium tier. One is 8 million, the other is 6 million. So combined, you're looking at 14 million. So you didn't even convert. You converted a nice amount over, but you didn't convert over the amount you wanted or you probably expected or projected, right? Then you strip the PlayStation Collection. You move that off your service. Your first party games don't stay in your service, and
your PSVR 2 didn't even hit 33%. You couldn't even sell 33% of your PSVR 2.
Right. So I mean,
that's crazy.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks.
But it's not crazy though. That's the thing. Y'all keep saying that's crazy. It's not crazy. These motherfuckers are doing what Microsoft has already started. The moment the situation happened with Call of Duty and they lost their marketing rights, and then the red ring of death, we went through the transitional period of them going through ownership. Microsoft caught up. Microsoft caught a fucking break because cloud gaming.
I got you word. I'm gonna have Mello hit you up on Twitter, man, so y'all can talk business.
Yeah, they caught a break because PlayStation
they caught a break because cloud gaming is a whole new little avenue, a back alley that nobody really was paying attention to, and it's fucking growing because of the chat.
No. Sony. No. Microsoft was paying attention to Sony.
That's what I said. That's why I said Microsoft seen it, and that transition was fucking perfect because they saw the little back alley. They said, "Hold on."
This goddamn game is $2. Can we all just get along? What's going on, Big Step?
We ain't getting along.
So check this out, right? Check this out.
And now Sony got to turn around and do what Microsoft just did.
Look at the studios they got listed in live services right here.
Check this out.
Show, Haven Game, Naughty Dog, Firewall, and Gorilla. You know, Gorilla probably working on their Horizon live service game. Go ahead.
Check this out. They're going to release these live service games. Microsoft released Grounded. Grounded has been a success for them. Sea of Thieves has been a success for them. Forza has been a success for them. But all three of those are in Game Pass right now. So when Microsoft released a live service game, they don't have the $60, $70 barrier for you to find out if this is a game you want to continue to play or not.
Right. They got a low entry cost.
Yeah. I hope these live service games gonna be free to play. Because if they not, and people got to spend $70 to find out if they want to continue to play this.
Thank you. The service that you was hating on is now going to be the service you're going to be relying on.
They're going to have They're going to have to at some point change their whole we're not releasing
Mr. Welfare Gamers and EBT Gamers gonna be
but you know what's funny?
Bitch.
But you know what's funny?
Go ahead, Pastor.
None of these ponies are understanding that the model is changing. None of them. They are still.
You see it on screen right now. What that say? What that say, Pastor?
God.
What that say, Pastor? More than half of Sony Interactive games will be available on PC by 2025.
Yeah. And they would fight you.
Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
And they would fight you. They would fight you to the very end. That here, what only PlayStation is doing this. Only PlayStation is keeping up with what we used to. But they have to realize that, just as what Post Up said, Jim Ryan said that, here, what, it is not sustainable. These ponies are not buying the games like how they should buy it, right?
Here's gonna
Only,
be a problem.
Look
Hold
at
on,
this
let me
chart,
hold
though.
on, let me
Look at this
translate. Hold
chart.
on, let me
Go ahead, go
translate
ahead.
past it real quick. Let me translate past in the hood version. You
yeah.
motherfuckers is broke. Y'all don't pay for shit. Y'all don't play shit.
They did that
You
same
and
PlayStation
you
game as a bad game.
and you old motherfuckers with y'all traditional ass on not wanting to evolve with fucking gaming. Your
Yeah.
Stone Age ass is looking
Hey,
stupid.
could
That's
y'all
what
take a look
Pastor
at this
just
chart
said.
real quick? Look at this
I was
chart.
gonna say, Post.
In
Look at
2019, what's that?
yeah.
That's PS4, right? And look at PC in
The
2019.
PC.
Look at
Wow,
2023,
wow,
right?
wow.
Look at 2023, right?
Look at 25.
That mean look though, PS4 and PS5. You mean to
But
tell me they're not going?
No,
It's
they're
going
not
to
going. It's a live service game, Post.
so cross gen won't end for Sony until 2025.
I'm
Oh no,
saying
wait,
No,
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa,
no,
whoa.
no, no. It won't end.
Cross
It's gonna
did not end.
continue
Cross did
on
not
and
end
beyond.
until PS6. All right,
Exactly.
that's when
Thank
it
you, Rose.
ended.
What?
That
PS6.
doesn't. PS4 is still.
Them
PS4
live
is glued.
ain't no way them live service games not coming to PS4.
Mm.
Ain't no
Exactly.
way.
He
And if
said,
you
"Ain't no
I'm
also,
about
way."
to say
and
they
if
ain't got
you're
no choice but
seeing
to put them on PS4 if they
that
gonna
they're
keep a
going to
goddamn
invest more
fan
money
base
in
on it.
mobile as well. They're investing more money in mobile.
Yep.
The
Them
green area.
single player games gonna be PS5 only, but them live service games they coming to PS4.
We
Yeah,
will
I'm about
That's
to
what
say
I
focus
say.
more
They
on
have no
cost
choice.
saving and profit generation in the coming years. Y'all, you know what the cost saving? You know what when you say cost saving, what do you do with your saving costs? You don't scale up, you scale what?
Damn.
Down,
Yeah.
You cut what?
down,
You
They
cut
cost.
got
what? You cut
indies.
back. You feel
Oh,
me?
what is transmedia? What is that?
These niggas out here yard
Transmedia.
selling.
Transmedia. That's like
Uh,
movies.
Movies and shit.
Movies.
Competitive gaming.
But they
So
told you they
live
was
service.
gonna cut back on they first party, putting out all them big first party. They can't keep spending like that. And I think that was the
oh my gosh. So here's where they lose me. Why are you? I understand The Last of Us was successful. Why are y'all? In my opinion, Sony's spread too thin right now. Y'all trying to produce movies with your game. I hope all this coming out of the PlayStation, but y'all trying to produce games. Y'all trying to build infrastructure. Y'all trying to get your PC stuff in line.
Oh,
You're
scroll
releasing
back up.
stopgap hardware. You're not selling. You're in VR. That's not, bruh. Okay, we'll see.
Look,
We'll
look,
see
look,
where
look,
they
hold
are
on.
money wise
Yeah,
in
hold
2
on, hold
years.
on. Let me interrupt real quick. I know this is an Xbox show, but we stomping them motherfucking ponies the fuck out right now. I don't care. You can sit up here and say, "Why y'all talking about play?" Y'all finna get that work. Look at this question right here. Jim Ryan was asked. PS5 is making gamers pay more money than PS4 in subscriptions and lifetime value. Can you give us some thoughts on possible price hike on PlayStation Plus services and the path to get LTB above points? Jim Ryan answered, we are constantly looking at the pricing of our products and services, whether it's in the context of competition or context of microeconomic situation or the value we believe those products and services provide. You will be aware that we took the steps to raise the price of the PS5 and everywhere outside of the United States, we are prepared to take these steps when we feel they are justified and necessary. We are constantly considering the prices of our hardware and our games and our services. And that includes PlayStation Plus. We are very focused on this question and maximizing lifetime. Yeah, y'all gonna get a price hike.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
y'all
when
gonna
they
get a
hike
price
that,
hike.
and let me tell you something. When they hike that price up to a spot that is outrageous, hey PC, here I come. I can wait on PlayStation.
So
I
so
can
check
wait
this
on it.
out. Check this out. How much? So scroll up a little bit. Scroll up a little bit.
Which one?
This right here. He said The Last of Us sales delivered a remarkable sales spike.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's fine. How much money are they making from that? How much are you spending into a product that's going to be on HBO? And granted, The Lava was probably the best one they could release. How much money are you putting into that?
Hold
And
on.
how much sales is that really generating for you
Shout out
It's
to
a
Big.
description.
Hold on. Shout out to Big Stout with the $5. Post. We said the industry was going this way for years. Why fun niggas acting?
No,
Stout.
y'all
Thank
wasn't.
you,
No,
Stout.
y'all fucking wasn't.
Hey, no.
You
Me
listen to niggas
Stout,
like Next Gen. That's why,
bro.
nigga.
It was Z. It was Porter Rock.
Jay
It was
J-Dub,
Kratos.
was one.
It was
Queen
even
Thumbs.
it was Baron, the Nintendo guy. All of them. We sat on that, and Stout was on the panel. We sat there and we told them everything we're talking about. We told them it was coming years ago. The
Right.
consolidation, the buying up of developers, the
The
expanded
mobile.
to cloud. We told them about this
Told them
years
everything.
ago, and they told us Sony don't need to put their games on PC because of the traditional model. And Spider-Man was selling 30 million units. They don't need to do what Microsoft is doing. They don't need to do cloud. They don't need to do PC. They don't need to do games as a service. Leave it up to third party. Man, bro, we called all of this shit. Shout out to Big Stout. Thank you, Big Stout. Go ahead, play finish.
Hey, they just seem like they spread real thin right now. They trying to get a
Yes,
lot
they are.
done as quick as possible. And you might see more single player games cut.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They letting you know now.
Post, can you scroll back up to that little picture?
Okay, which one? This one?
Yeah, that picture before this little conversation here.
This one?
Yeah, that one right there. That one right there. That transformative Sony collaboration. Let's see here. Perfect for PlayStation, Bravia XR OLEDs, Gran Turismo. Like, what the fuck?
This is called vertical integration. This is called vertical integration, meaning that Sony, as a company, Microsoft couldn't do this because Microsoft don't own movie studios or anything like that.
Right.
If Microsoft wanted to do this, they will have to go outside of their own business to accomplish what Sony is doing in terms of going from gaming IP to movie and to TV shows. Sony is allowed that vertical integration because they have a music portion of their company. They have a movie, a TV sector, and stuff like that. And this was what Lulu was talking about in that tweet that everybody tried to clown her over and got mad about. This, what you see on the screen now, this is the vertical integration that she was talking about when she was talking about The Last of Us, and she was making that in reference to the regulators. Like, look at this. They're able to do. They don't have to go nowhere in terms of music. They got some of the biggest artists in the industry in terms of Beyonce. They own about 40% of the music industry. And then you got Sony Pictures and TV shows and all that stuff.
They can basically put whatever song they want on
exactly. Any artist or any stuff like that. Microsoft don't have this type of vertical integration. And that's what Lulu was trying to point out in her tweet. But go ahead, my man. Go ahead.
They don't have to worry about licensing.
No. Look, they can go from gaming. They could take one IP, start at gaming, move it to a movie or a TV show.
They could bundle.
Hey, let me
bundle their PS5 with their own TV. The problem is,
is PlayStation still the only division making Sony money?
No.
No,
I don't know about that.
What? That's what they've been saying for years. Though, pay you or something else.
I know the camera. I know the cameras are.
No.
I know they use the lens.
No. I know what Play talking about.
No. I'm asking a legitimate question.
What Play is talking about.
PlayStation still the only
for years
is making them money
for years. The Sony fan base, Kratos, Porter Rock, all of them, even on Twitter, told us that PlayStation was keeping the lights on at Sony.
If now I'm just saying.
I think that was true at one point though, Post.
For years.
Not now.
At one point it was, but now no.
I don't think it never was.
Because I know the TVs was.
It never
was. I know the TVs wasn't doing too. I'm talking about appliances, not movies. If you outside of movies and music, I know that like their
Can't stay
appliances weren't.
outside when you
wasn't
dealing
doing
with
well at
that,
all.
bro.
No, no, no,
They
no,
weren't
no.
over. But I'm saying though, I know their appliances were struggling because they were overpriced and people weren't buying them.
But PlayStation wasn't keeping up. They were still making money in other sectors. Y'all gotta understand.
Exactly.
Their mobile
Like their
game,
movies
their
and music. Yeah, they've always
music.
made
No,
money.
that mobile game. That's $1 billion mobile game.
It was
That's
making billions.
That's published in their music division. It's not even a
Yeah,
part of their gaming division. That
Yeah, the
mobile
camera
game
lenses. The camera lenses is like one of they big time money makers.
ain't
Honestly,
a
'cause
camera
it's
out here that
everywhere.
don't got a Sony sensor in it.
Shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yo,
even
But I
the
mean,
auto
there's
cameras got the Sony sensor in there now.
there's a caveat to that statement though. It was
But
specifically hardware. When it comes to Sony
All right.
hardware, I think
but
PlayStation
let me
was
tell you
heavy.
something.
Here's the thing.
PlayStation never won hold. PlayStation make money, but it ain't making enough money to fund a semiconductor facilities, motherfucking
Thank you.
TV operations.
Thank you.
Come on, we gotta stop
Y'all
that cap.
gotta stop the bullshit.
All right.
It ain't
Because
no
let me
digital
the
music.
they
phones doing
just
all
told
right,
you.
though.
can't
Hold
sit
on,
up
wait.
here and
They
tell
just
me.
said out their own mouth Call of Duty was holding up the goddamn exclusive.
So if Call of Duty was funding their first party games, how the fuck is PlayStation funding semiconductor facilities, camera sensors, TVs, the music studios, and artists, motherfucking movie studios, cameras? What the niggas? What?
All
What
I'm
are they
saying
doing
is
here?
there was a moment in time where their hardware was selling that well. Like
Hey,
cameras, TVs,
hey,
computers, those Vios computers. Nobody was buying it.
Those
hey,
Vio
bro.
Nobody was
labs.
buying that stuff. Like
That's cool
PlayStation,
though. PlayStation One ain't had a
but I'm
company
not.
on it.
But it was never that PlayStation was keeping the lights on. No.
Hey, that's what. Hey, that's what they
But
said.
that's
Ain't
you know that's what they do. Post.
Well,
They
you
take
see,
one.
The
They take a
math ain't
situation.
mathing, nigga.
They take a situation and they amplify it and turn it to a PlayStation win when it's not that.
Okay.
but you've heard that a million times before, though.
Here's
Yeah.
why I'm
How
at.
PlayStation
All right.
held Sony together. That's why
So
Play made that
their
comment.
game and network services looks like it makes, in terms of all the other ones, proportionally makes the most of their revenue. I'm looking at a revenue thing here. All right. It looks like
It
in
was
2021.
compared to movies and music too.
Yes, it made the most. It made like 24.4 billion in 2021. Electronics productions and solutions made 20.83 billion. This is revenue, by the way. I'm not talking profit. I'm just talking revenue.
Yeah.
So run
So
it back. I hear you.
What about movies and
Hold on.
game and network services in 2021 was 24.4 billion. Music was 9.95. Pictures was 11.03. Imaging and sensoring solutions were 9.59 billion. Financial services was 13.6 billion. All others were around 0.8 billion.
Mhm.
And corporate elimination, whatever that is, minus 1.98 billion. So
Wow.
right, they're just under they're around the 80 to 90 billion in revenue.
Mhm.
And they don't own no cloud infrastructure. I just I mean, I know they got money. It ain't like they ain't got Microsoft and Amazon and Apple money.
They're going to have to outsource,
They're gonna have to outsource their infrastructure,
and that's
or
going
they're
to
gonna have to build it
I don't
themselves.
think they had an R&D though either.
I don't think they do either. If you ain't got the expertise, if you ain't got the expertise to build live service games, you definitely ain't got the expertise to build a cloud infrastructure.
But even off that, but see, that's what I'm saying though. Even off that, what you say, 24 billion in gaming revenue?
Yes.
They only got 4 billion off that though, if I'm not mistaken. Only got about 4 or 5 back off that.
Profit?
Yeah.
Because their cost of operations is $85 billion, and
that's what I'm saying. So if your revenue is 24 and you're profiting 4 billion ain't holding up, man, y'all better quit playing with me, man. Y'all better stop.
80 billion.
So how
I
much?
mean, that's what
That's
when you paint Spider-Man on trucks and trains and
them fuckers paid Bungie what, 3 billion?
They paid Bungie
4 billion.
4
to
billion.
do what they want.
And they supposed to make that back in 14 days.
According to Crash.
but what is
Funded finals
yeah.
today? That shit
They
fucking
paid
went up
$3 billion, but where did that source of cash come from? Did they have to loan money to pay Bungie?
No. That
Did they come from cash on hand?
Companies set aside money for acquisitions and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
they spoke about that recently because I know they
I
had
get it. I get that, but I'm hearing that they're in debt already. Like, was it like 3?
Well, our companies always had debt. Microsoft,
No, but I'm talking
is
about like
bad debt or
Sony.
good
Sony
debt.
is in some outstanding debt. Is what I'm hearing.
What?
Was it like $3 trillion in debt or something?
I don't know about that, brother. I don't know. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta look it up, bro. Look at Google it.
Hey,
Real quick,
Ozzy, they out here playing. They out here playing, man. They out here
nah,
playing.
Google it. Google it. Post it.
Google what? Look.
Sony debt. Sony debt. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Look,
Yeah.
Hey. No, I'm trying to save you right now, brother.
No, we're gonna stomp them out today, Post. We stomping them out.
I'm just trying.
Nah, for real, bro. For real. Google.
Hold on.
I'll be back, bro. I'll be back.
Hold on. Let me Google this, bro.
I'll be back. We stomping Sony today after that showcase.
You said 3 trillion?
3 trillion.
It was something, bro. It was 3 something.
Well, according to Sony's latest financial reports, the company's total debt is $30.50 billion. A company's total debt is
billion.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, let me see here.
30 something.
Maybe you're speaking about yen. It might have been something trillion yen.
But that's probably
Oh yeah, okay,
right?
yeah. That might have been 3 trillion yen. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was telling you the story. I didn't even want to.
Oh no, but hey, we get it. We get it right. Hey, no shame, my guy. We got it. We get it right. That's why I had you fact check. That's why I had you fact check.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you right here. Every company got debt. It's good debt and it's bad debt. You got short-term debt, you got long-term debt. That's why AT&T had the, what's that? AT&T? No, Warner.
They cut off Warner Brothers.
Warner. You know that.
Who Sony go after?
AT&T was 150 billion in debt, and that
Sony got
150
death
billion
row
was
debt.
due.
You know how you get rid of that debt if you Sony Post?
Go tricking.
You go ahead and sell. You go ahead and take Santa Monica and Naughty Dog, and you sell them to Microsoft. That's what you do.
Wait a second. They said they had a rough 2020. They said they had a rough 2022.
Yeah, they said they had a rough 2022.
But it looks like, okay, during their Q3 fiscal year 2022 period, Sony made nearly $8.8 billion from its PlayStation gaming ecosystem. I don't know what they made. I'm pretty sure they probably didn't make that amount from the rest of their businesses. I'm guessing, but I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what they mean by rough.
Yeah,
that's what the hell I'm trying to figure out. Because if they
their operating profit was $820 million.
Y'all pocket watching right now. I'm just letting y'all know y'all pocket watching right now.
Well, let me put it like this,
man. That watch over there ticking, Post.
Let me put it like this, Post. When you're getting ready to release a stopgap handheld, you're not selling your VR. Yeah, I'm pocket watching.
Talk to them, Rose.
I'm trying to figure out. You telling us live service games are coming. All right,
okay. I'm gonna let you know a pocket watch. Go ahead. Y'all got
that. Got an AP, but your shit is ticking.
Y'all math. Y'all do the math right now, brother.
He said Sony said they got a Rolex, but it's ticking.
When you lay people off, why are you laying people off, Post? Microsoft has laid people off. Google
Rolex don't tick
because you watching your pockets. That's
exactly.
why you laying people off. When
Talk it, Rose.
After you spent $50 million into a game and you cut it, you pocket watching in the future. I don't think we should put another dime into this $50 million investment because I don't see us making $100 million in the future. So we need to cut that right now. We reevaluate the factions made by one of our most premier studios because of whatever Bungie said. Who we paid $4 billion to do what the heck they want to do, release games to whoever they want. We don't
talk that shit.
Regulations on them. Yes, I'm pocket watching you because I'm trying to see if it's worth me investing into your ecosystem in terms of what you saying you're going to deliver in the future. One of the reasons I bought an Xbox because I could see clearly where Microsoft is going. I'm a multiplayer gamer. They're invested in the cloud. They giving me Game Pass. I paid $100. Let me not put that out there, but let's put it like this. my Game Pass subscription right now all right, it's costing Microsoft. It ain't really costing me. That's all I'm saying right now. All right, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
Do your thing,
not,
brother. We
all right.
already know.
So
If
Absolutely.
Microsoft allow it, so shall it be.
Exactly, and I'm sure Microsoft ain't ignorant of the fact that this thing can happen. All right, and they're going to use it at some point. So their pockets from right now, because it's been live service for a minute. Their
That brother
pockets
gonna have to
looking.
blow his nose in a minute. I feel a sneeze coming on, brother. Go
Their
ahead.
And I just want to say that. Not, sorry to interrupt you, Rose, but
Go ahead.
you call it pocket watching. I call it financial and analysis.
Don't you say financial
We
literacy.
young, black, and educated over here. You feel me?
Hey, you
Yo,
The
Kelly,
math ain't mathing.
That
When the
math
math
ain't
don't add up,
mathing.
we have to discuss and
feel me?
analyze.
I mean, let
Yo,
me pocket watch for a second. I'm excited to see a company buying another company for $67, $69 billion, and they not breaking a sweat. So I'm like, oh, y'all seem to have a
Motivated.
lot of money.
Yo,
All right,
I'm
to go buy
motivated.
these established franchises. I'm excited about that. I'm not excited when I see $50 million get invested in give a game. They're like, we need to stop development. Cut all this out. All right. The studio, wait a second. Ain't this the studio they just bought like a year ago? Did they just buy this studio recently? So you
no, I don't
telling
think
me
they brought deviations. Did they? They just partnered
Tell
with
I
thought
them.
need
they did.
$2.
I thought they did.
No, they brought Firewalk. I think
They
they
bought
just
No.
partnered with
Firewalk.
Deviation.
Right. And they bought
One.
Haven, right? So
If
you
they
spent
partnered with
50.
Deviation, they was funneling money into them. I would say
Okay,
that.
so you wasted 50
You
million.
already had one.
Right?
Yo, this
No, you
brother.
can't have my drink. Go ahead, get one.
I'm not that concerned if I see Microsoft say, yeah, we invested $50 million and we cut it. Microsoft make that back in like 2 days. I ain't worried about that. Sony
You know how
ain't.
much money they make a minute?
That's my point. So yes, I'm pocket watching. It means something to me when I see Sony say they wasted $50 million versus when I see Microsoft say they wasted $50 million. Microsoft just bought Bethesda 2 years ago, closed the deal before the Series X and the Series S came out. That was for 70 billion, and then 2 years later said we about to drop 69 billion on another publisher.
That's because
And
they
we
got over 100 billion in like 130, 150 something billion, and
right.
they got to spend it because they don't want to pay taxes on it.
Exactly. And then not only that, they're like, I know we could get out of this by paying them just $3 billion or $4 billion, but we
we're gonna
willing to
double
eat
down.
that. We willing to eat that. All right, and we gonna write this thing all the way to the end because it's worth.
It's important. It's worth
70
worth
billion. And these lawyer fees, who we probably done paid 350 to 400 million this year alone, because they got to be in all these other regulations, and they costing us per word they edit, and whatever that cost is.
Yeah.
All right, we willing to pay that too. And for some
Microsoft
reason,
spending big money right now, bro.
Exactly on
They
lawyer
spending
fees.
big money.
Now,
Multiple
Sony,
law firms too. Like,
and that was planned. Sony
all this was
planned to fight Activision. They didn't plan. That didn't go into their budget. You know what? We need to lay aside about.
No, they didn't plan this because they didn't know the acquisition was
we
coming.
can fight the Activision acquisition. They didn't plan that.
They didn't plan that, and that's probably why they cut costs because they had to probably had to set some money aside.
They are spread thin right now.
They spending money that they didn't plan on spending.
Like to me.
They spending money that they didn't plan on spending fighting this ABK. Because I will tell you this: before Microsoft announced its acquisition of ABK, guarantee you, they had people in place that looked at the numbers in terms of the value of ABK and looked at the number in case the regulators was going to try to challenge it. They calculated all this. They knew how much money they was going to have to spend on lawyers and all this, brother. They don't major companies like this don't walk into shit blind like this.
Exactly.
All the money that Microsoft is spending now, they expected to, and they was prepared to spend in case that that the deal didn't go through smoothly. They expected it to because they knew it was pro-competitive. But the money that they're spending on lawyers and all that, they had that shit to the side as a just in case. This is the money that we'll need to put aside to spend on lawyers if we run into any challenges. When this was announced, I don't think Sony was ready for this. So they had to go probably dig into money that was not, you know what I'm saying?
Allocated.
Was not allocated for this. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I agree with Play. They spending money that they probably didn't want to spend. You know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
hey, I mean, these lawyers got to take flights. They charging Sony for them flights. They not just doing like
Documents.
they're not like, hey, we flying to Brazil just out of we doing this pro bono. No,
Yeah.
you gonna have to pay us additional because we got to fly to all these
And then
regulatory bodies.
discovery
Yep.
is expensive.
Bro.
Expensive. Hiring motherfuckers to pull up all them documents and all that paperwork, that shit is expensive.
So yeah, I'm pocket watching because the money is what funds these games. The money is why you bought somebody for live services. You're doing this for money. You ain't doing this because you love your PlayStation ecosystem, your gamers. You're doing this because you're trying to make money. So I'm trying to see where your money is going and the likelihood of you pulling off what you invested your money into.
No, Rosie, we analyzing, Rosie.
And we analyzing. I'm pretty confident. All right. I've been a Game Pass subscriber since it began. Minus the month or two I let it drop off because you know what I'm saying I was gonna hustle Microsoft again for Ultimate. But that's neither here nor there. All right. I've been a subscriber probably about 95% of the time the service has been around. I ain't been paying monthly because of Microsoft loopholes that they allow it right now. But when I was a Game Pass subscriber, I saw they bought Bethesda. What you think I thought when they bought Bethesda? Oh, my value for what I've already paid for me is going up. Then they turn around and about to buy Activision 2 years later. What you think I'm thinking as a Game Pass subscriber?
I need that Diablo 4.
It's about to go up some more. What I'm getting, all right? Mine is the fact that they have bangers, independent, AAA, I don't care what they are. They have good games coming into the service regularly. And I see them spending money and they not slowing down. They're revving up.
Yep.
Meaning they got money to spend. They not worried. I don't see that same confidence.
Let me tell you something, Play.
Right now.
Hey, Play.
I don't see that. That's why I'm a financial analyst, like my brother Noah said.
Hey, Play. Right? You know what Microsoft said after they purchased ZeniMax?
Who's next?
Yep.
He said, "This feels good. I want to do some more, buy some more." Yeah.
He said another one. Another
one. Next?
Who's next?
No, I quote. This is how it was said, and I quote. Satya Nadella said, "Ooh, this feels good. I want to buy some more."
and let me tell you this. Let me tell you how much money Microsoft is willing to spend, and which is why this should be scary. 2 years ago, they tried to buy Activision, and their stock value was over $100 a share.
Wow.
This ain't the first time they tried to buy Activision.
They got it on a discount.
They tried to buy Activision. Yes, they got it on a discount. They tried to buy Activision 2 years ago when their stock shares was over $100 a share. That lets you know.
Let me out here bargain binning. He said, "Hold on, put this on a bargain deal."
Man, y'all better talk. What's good, Pastor?
Let me just say that before I go, because right now I see my wife is watching me cut. Și want to spend some time together. All right, let me say that before.
Clap them cheeks, brother.
Take care of that queen. Take care of that queen.
Let me say this.
Who's this?
Oh my goodness.
My bad. Go ahead, Play. My bad. No disrespect, brother. Go ahead.
I find all of the critics and detractors got awfully quiet when the EU approved this deal. So far, I'm not hearing anything. I'm not hearing anything about Microsoft acquiring acquisition. Everybody is quiet as a mouse, right? Yeah. And let me add this. Jim Ryan came out at the beginning of that show and said, "This is the games that our fans want. You guys are in for some bangers," right?
Yeah.
And ponies don't realize that here Microsoft, Sony is shifting their model. And because they don't understand it, because they don't want to accept it, that is why they are mad from that showcase. So let me just say that post up, we're back, baby. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Mellow, guys, panel, or you guys enjoy.
You too, bro. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So translation for Pastor.
I say this for Sony.
I'm about to say, translation for Pastor real quick. This is what he said. Hold on. Translation for Pastor, this is what he said. If this is your king, I am done.
Well, like I was saying, if anything, if Sony's going this live, what is the live service route, they gonna have to do something better than foam stars over here. They invested in Mr. Bubble liquid soap and goddamn Joy dishwashing detergent. Like, because I don't see that live service game lasting more than maybe I don't know 6 months. Maybe that's just be nice. No, I don't see that lasting. Me personally, fair
That's a
game.
nasty ass game, man. You
Me
shoot a
personally,
bunch
fair
of white
game.
shit at each other.
I see it lasting. I just think it needs to go to more platforms. In my
Trey,
honest opinion.
Trey, you don't get it though, Trey. You're gonna be able to feel the bubbles on your DualSense.
You gonna hear the boo boo through the speaker.
Well, look here, they gonna have to go ahead and fill them bubbles over there on that.
You gonna feel that
And then
bubble?
you get you get the blow in the controller to move the bubble.
You gonna feel that bubble pop?
You feel me? You get the blow into the controller
You
to
gonna feel that
move
bubble
the
pop?
bubble.
Well, Sony, all I know is
I call them. That's my new slogan. That's the new binary gamers. They're the new binary gamers. Blue, blue, blue.
You know, Sony had it first, and they dropped the ball. Now let's see if Xbox gonna pick it up and run with it. As far as I'm concerned with Xbox, I just want to see diversity. That's all. I just want to see diversity from them.
I'm about to say, if they doing something, Sony trying to copy their shit.
I just want to see diversity. I don't want to see Kitty Cats of the Caribbean on the end and all that other stuff. Just something nice, something that's playable. Cause Sony, hey man, I don't know. I was at GameStop the other day asking people like, hey, if I sell a disc.
Hold on, so you out here harassing people at GameStop?
Hey man, I was at the GameStop the other day just trying.
Shit?
I'm inquiring about the price of a PlayStation. Just like, hey, How much would it be if, let's say, I happen to stumble upon a PlayStation and brought it back up here? How much could I get for it? And so far, they're going for about $400. So Sony, hey, clean up your act, man. Otherwise, I will be seeing y'all on PC.
Man, I got a PSVR 2 that nobody bought, Teddy.
I'm not worried about no damn PSVR 2. I didn't buy that, but I didn't buy a PSVR 2.
Black ass don't buy that bullshit. He went out there anyway.
I didn't buy a PSVR 2.
I'm one of the 600,000.
Oh no!
We was in here telling this man, "Hey, young man,
here.
take
well,
that
you know what?
money
I'll actually applaud you
great.
for buying it. At least you ain't like Parker, sorry ass, over here, goddamn capping and cooning for freaking for PSVR game. Talking about, well, I give the show a 9. Okay, Parker, what you give a show a 9 for? Well, they showed a nice plethora of diversity. PSVR 2. Did you buy PSVR 1? They got PSVR 2. Did you buy PSVR 1, Parker? Well, I mean, it's just. Yeah, I don't have to buy PSVR 1. Shut your ass up.
Man, Parking in all the PSVR was sick. He like the PSVR.
Boy, they over here
game,
capping for VR, but don't have not one VR system. At least I have a MetaQuest. I can cap for VR. Shoot, I have a MetaQuest. I can play Beat Saber.
Cats really made it.
Where these bubbles come from in my room?
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I'm looking at this Starfield game, like how they bro, these dudes literally tried to make a game like Starfield.
They're talking about Concord?
Well,
they tried to do the trailer like that.
There's no gameplay for Contour. All I saw was a damn
Hey, that shit reminds
cheese
me
sandwich
of
fall off.
What's that?
But it was like
what's that game
cartoony.
that was on Game Pass that everybody was playing.
Oh my god.
Talking about No Man's Sky?
No,
it's called Helldivers.
No Man's
That's what I'm talking about.
No,
Talking about
it was on an
Helldivers.
alien planet.
Oh.
It was you had
Starship Troopers.
No.
Nah, not Starship Troopers. I thought it was gonna be Starship Troopers.
People that can fly.
Chorus?
No,
You talking about Chorus?
No, I'm talking the game I'm talking about.
Oh, he's talking about the Ark. I think it's called Ark. Ark Survivor or something like that.
No, man, you crash land on a different planet and you get to upgrade your armor abilities and shit.
Oh wait, no, I know what you're talking about. Journey.
Outlander.
It was something Journey to the something planet.
Man, all y'all niggas has got the wrong damn
No,
thing.
Journey to the Savage Planet.
Nah, he said people can fly. People
I
can fly
don't know,
was
Dre.
Outrider.
That description is kind of
Outriders.
like
That's it right there.
It's
broad.
Outriders.
Like,
Outrider. He
Oh,
said people can
Outriders?
fly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Oh, you said people can fly. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't think they gonna have nothing like Outriders.
No, I'm saying that shit reminded me of Outriders when I seen it.
Oh, it did. Okay. Shoot, all
So
to
hold
me,
on,
all I
I
saw
gotta
was a
ask.
CG. All I saw was CGI, and a message at the bottom said this game may not represent the final product or something, bro. It was crazy.
All I know is
Oh, maybe
Contour
I'm
left
thinking
a
of
lot to be
different
desired. I don't
game.
even know what it's about.
So wait. So I gotta get this straight. So y'all said that the controller that split in half
Yes.
with the goddamn on the screen in the
Yeah.
middle is gonna be the set less than a Elite controller.
No.
No, it's
No.
gonna be
I think it's gonna be
somewhere between
300.
That thing's
199 and
gonna be 300.
299.
I don't know where you
It'll be
got
somewhere
that coming
between
from.
190.
Nah, they was
They
talking
can't
about
sell it for
like
300.
200, 250. I'm like,
Yeah, looking like
They
you gonna
cannot
200,
sell.
cost
They
it?
200
cannot
plus.
sell that for
I
300.
about
You
to
gonna
say Elite
cost it
controller
less
ain't but
than
about
a
179.
Elite controller? The
That
Elite
Word
shit
on the
close to
controller?
street.
It's gonna be
Word on the
179.
between
street, Mello.
199 and 299. It's gonna be somewhere in
Word on
between.
the street is over $200.
It's like y'all know that Sony, right? We don't do
Hey,
no less than 300 or better.
no, it might be 350, 400.
I think
If
that
that
if
shit's
with a
400
screen,
posts, they'd have lost their damn
Nah,
money.
it's not. It's not gonna be that much.
Well,
It's
they gon'
1080p.
AirPods go. I see the AirPods going for
It's supposed to
250.
have the same ability as a DualSense, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just saying he got the screen though. That
they
screen gonna
saying
be
the
priced to
battery only 3
kill.
or 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Hell, you can't even. Yeah, look. This shit here is strictly remote play. You can't take this shit outside. You can't take this shit on the bus in the Uber. None of that shit.
In the
Well,
You
you
Uber.
you are
can.
locked to your console.
Well, you
Teddy,
can.
it's a toilet machine.
Well, you can.
Basically.
What you got to do is have your PS5 on and
Connect
in
the
low
fit
power
internet.
mode. But when
Well,
you take it with you, you just got to go to a place that has Wi-Fi. You able to remote play from
okay,
anywhere.
all right. Well, go to a place that got Wi-Fi. All right, so head down to your local Starbucks. Maybe your local Dunkin' Donuts
Yeah.
if they didn't upgrade it.
But wait. I gotta ask. Hold on, wait. I just gotta be frank. Now I get you go to a hotel spot, you play. You go to airport, that type of shit. Cool. Who the fuck is playing video games on the bus and at the goddamn Starbucks? Is any of you niggas
Well, you can't play it on the bus.
playing
You ain't
video
gonna
You can't
games?
play it on the
You
bus.
got
Ain't
to
no
you got to be
Wi-Fi
near
on it.
you got to be near Wi-Fi. It
You
got to
gotta be
be
near
pretty
Bus
Wi-Fi. So
got
decent.
you
Wi-Fi.
secluded to
Y'all
either your
buses don't
house
got
or
Wi-Fi.
Starbucks.
Look,
No.
y'all
See ya?
buses don't got Wi-Fi.
CTA
What
bus ain't
bus?
got no
What bus
damn
you got? No got
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Man, there's a couple buses
Hey
got
yo, and
Wi-Fi.
mind you, whatever you remote play.
Hey, MCAT, you
Well,
say $350 just for streaming? Look at the Google thing that just released.
Well, Stadia?
No,
mind you, this though.
that
Think about
Google,
this too,
that
though.
Google hand. What was that? That Google handheld? No, it wasn't Google. It was
What you talking
what's
about?
With the
Asus.
robot
But
body.
You're
that
talking about
Ouya shit?
Asus. Asus.
To Asus,
no,
Oh,
not
the
The
Asus.
Asus
Asus
the
joint.
ROG.
I'm
Steam,
talking
no,
about
the
the
Oh,
Steam
he
Asus
Deck,
that.
Not
joint.
the ROG. I'm talking about
The
the other one
Republic.
before
The
that.
Oh,
Republic
the
joint.
Steam Deck joint.
The
The
Logitech shit.
Logitech. That's just
Oh,
a pure
Logitech.
Yeah,
streaming device. Look how much
but
that
you
costs.
could, yeah, but I mean, but at least it had an OS and like you could run
Thank you.
other apps on it.
You could take it on the go.
But hold on, one thing you got to keep in mind though with
Nah, this joint
with
gonna
this
be 300.
device is whatever you remote play on that
Yeah,
device
Andre, the buses
back
in
at
DC got
home,
Wi-Fi. I ain't tripping.
whatever what you see on the screen is what people see on the screen at home. And you know how these PlayStation dudes get down
Parking
Oh
ticket
and what type
shit.
of
stop.
websites they be visiting.
Oh,
You
they
know
like to
what?
get frisky, huh?
I think it's
Oh,
gonna be. I think it's gonna be
oh
300.
no what? I think
I
we
think
got
it's
to
gonna
get
be
Oh
ready to
hell
end
300.
this
no,
motherfucking
bro.
show. These brothers,
You
I
already
think it's
got
They
gonna.
like
that.
to
I
You
get
think
got
it's
that
frisky.
really
pink
gonna be
and
oh,
300.
Honolulu.
these brothers Noah say they finna be remote playing
Nasty,
Pornhub.
Wow.
nasty,
Man,
nasty,
the
nasty
QLED
as hell.
I think it's
on
gonna
the.
be. I think it's gonna be 300
That thing
because
probably
I
gonna be
think
because
300.
300.
all of the buttons and features of the DualSense are supposed to be in it, including the adaptive triggers, including the haptic feedback.
Well, they ain't
I'm
Yeah,
talking
got to
about
worry about me getting this because I wasn't gonna get it to begin with. I was
300 for
mad
a
that I
four
even saw
hour
it.
4 hour device.
I think it's gonna be 300.
Yeah, man.
Okay, well let's talk about these earbuds. What special shit they gonna have with these earbuds?
The
Because
the
I feel
It's
earbuds
gonna
like
have
ain't
it's gonna have a
benefiting.
PlayStation logo on it. That's all.
honestly, because what's the point of buying these earbuds when I can get the Sony earbuds that actually got a good noise active cancellation? Bose got the same damn thing.
How
They,
compatible are they with your console though?
Right.
okay, that's
Are
the
they
only fucking
compatible?
thing. Okay,
The-
but shit, I
You
got a
gotta
Steel
send
They
Series
trying
a
to go the
picture of your
Apple route,
ears.
bro.
Nova
They
that's
trying to go the
compatible with my
Apple route,
console.
bro.
You
Why the
gotta
hell do
send
I
a
need
picture
them
of your
earbuds?
ears to Mark Cerny, Teddy.
Look
That's what's so
here,
special about it.
look here. As far as I'm concerned, I see those earbuds as a waste of goddamn time, a waste of space.
What
Hell,
you think
that
those gonna cost? What you
handheld,
think the earbuds
that
gonna cost?
the earbuds.
I
Oh,
say 250 for the
150.
well,
earbuds.
do they have active noise cancellation?
Let's
I
see.
don't know what the fuck they got. I just know Sony. They not going
If they ain't
regardless
got
of
active
whatever
noise
in that
cancellation, then you
motherfucker.
might be looking at 150. If they
You can,
do,
hey,
then
but
you're
see,
looking
this is
at
the thing,
250.
Teddy. You can hear with those are special edition earbuds. You can hear Mark Cerny whisper in your ear.
Oh, then if it's for that case, then that might be $400.
Dude.
Nasty
He
ass.
said,
9 teraflops in the SSD.
he said, can I customize what he say to me?
Hell, bro, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, boy. I for the past 2 days, I've just been for the past day and a half. I have been lost. I don't
He
know
go,
what the I don't know
he
what to
go
think.
whisper in your ear, we believe in generations.
I don't know what to think, bro. Like I tuned out of the show. I ain't gonna lie to you. I tuned out of the show when I saw that they came out with Kitty Cats on the Caribbean, and Buddy Boy had that little thing, and he's like fighting in the water, and then he coming up there, and he's a little night now, and I was just like, oh hell no! I was like, bro, are they showcasing this for me, or are they
No, you
showcasing this
talking
for my
about
little
see a
nephew?
puss. That was see
Yeah,
a
buddy.
puss.
Yeah, see a pussycat.
See a puss.
Oh, that Buddy Boy went from being Captain Puss in Boots to freaking Puss in Boots. So it don't make no damn sense.
Then the niggas forgot or act like they didn't see Falconeer 2.0. They had 2 bird goddamn games, 3 pussycat games. Man, oh my
Oh no,
god.
Mello, how you feel about fair game?
Man, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what the fuck it is.
I was about to say
It
I
look like
they
it
show
look
pretty much
like
what
it's
it
a
is. Look like you
3v. It look
robbing
like it's
shit,
a
but at the same
It was
3v,
time
like
you fighting other
3v,
people.
3v3. All of us trying to rob the same bank type of game. That's what it
Oh,
look
you
like.
Yeah.
talking about that the Minecraft looking game?
No,
No,
not the
no, no, no,
Minecraft
not
one.
that
It's the very
Minecraft
first
not
one.
game
No,
they showed
Minecraft.
called Fair
that
Game.
Minecraft, you run into a safe
That
and then you
game it was
blowing
a
up. I don't
3v3,
know
but it
about
was like
that
it
one.
was like
That
some
oh,
heist
so
type shit.
those
It
two
was the
different. I
very
thought that was
first
the
game.
heist
Yeah, it's
one.
2 different games.
Hell no,
Yeah.
that wasn't that one.
No, the
Nah.
very first game they showed was a phone
Yeah,
blasters, phone
No, the
no,
stars.
very first game they showed
no,
at
no,
the
no, no,
very
no.
No,
First
the
game
beginning
they
of the
first
showed was
show,
one.
fair
they
game.
showed
For
Fair
fair
Game.
games, yeah.
It was a
Oh damn,
real quick
I
trailer.
missed
It
it.
wasn't no
I saw
gameplay. It
that
was
when
just
I
like
was
a
like,
trailer.
okay, all right. I
I
was
must
hyped up.
I must had to go pee pee or something because I'm
They
just
showed fair games,
As
and
long
then
as
after
you
that,
want
the
to be
bell
on the
rang.
show, my nigga.
And it was
That's
it was just
God,
CGI, I think.
that's
So I
yeah.
need
Hold on.
Xbox to show up, man. I need
I
Xbox to
might.
kick these guys in the
Oh,
gut or
they
something.
will, bro. They will, bro.
Hey, look here. My expectations are tempered at this point, man.
Man,
I
I'm
just
good.
accept the shit.
They can't do worse than goddamn Sony. What I've
Hey,
just seen see a
I'm glad
puss.
y'all got that faith because right now
I
I
just
lost my
seen
faith in
see
video
a
games.
puss,
This is
nigga.
one of their live service games that's coming
I,
2025. All right.
I
Can,
am.
can you play a post real quick for the fair game?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can play
post.
that.
I'm about to say, go ahead and play it for the good people over here. Now
I
that's a
saw
game I'm actually looking
Falconeer.
forward to. I'm not
I
even gonna
saw
lie.
a rip off of
Teddy, don't
Minecraft.
don't call our chat good people. We'll be hearing you over there on Z
Nah,
show,
yeah,
my
get
nigga.
What
your
are you
ass out of
talking
here,
about?
all
I
that
never
fake
You
talk
know what I'm
bad about
saying?
y'all.
flip
Yeah,
That
flopping
we
be
hear
ass
seeing
your
nigga.
them.
motherfucking ass.
That be
Look at that
seeing them
nigga
over
up
there
there
Yeah,
just
acting
I
Nah,
like
better
he
than
don't
nigga,
got
I
no
ain't
y'all.
trying to hear
game.
none of that shit.
I'm just
Y'all
You gonna
good
let
people
Z put
around
the
here.
battery in your back?
I just think of Teddy is an iPhone.
I ain't
This nigga
look.
Teddy
You a
is
That's all
wholesome
hold on.
them.
ass nigga.
Jay
Nigga
say
say
you
y'all
say
good people
I shout
around
y'all
here.
out. I shout y'all out. I can't stand the chat over there.
Now you
Nigga
know
out here
Teddy's a
talk.
turncoat.
Nigga
I'll
gonna
be
talk.
honest.
Yeah, he turned cold like a motherfucker. You just talking shit about me after I whooped his ass in Halo. Now
Hey,
you
hey,
talking about
hey, hey,
I'm
hey,
Yeah,
coming
Mello.
back
yeah.
with
Hey, Mello.
vengeance. Get
You
your
ever heard
dead
about
ass out of here.
hold on, you ever heard about selling tickets? Motherfucker,
Oh
you ever heard
shoot,
about selling
CGI
tickets?
trailer, not actual gameplay.
What the fuck
Come
do
on, what are they
Oh, they
doing?
Yeah,
immediately
it was
said that shit.
CGI.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
CGI.
CGI.
Yep.
Oh, you
That's
can't.
not even the real gameplay. God damn.
Man, you
I
can't
mean,
even be
that's
hyped about nothing. You can't be hyped
hell
about
no,
nothing
you
about
can't
this
be hyped
show.
about can't be hyped about shit. Yeah, buddy. Hell,
Hold on, what's this?
1930s black and white cartoons, boy.
Oh, you playing the trailer? Okay.
I just got the audio muted. I don't want to,
Nah, we good.
yeah.
We good.
Yeah. This is just visual
New
representation
Heist,
at this
get the
point.
cargo.
New Heist some more. I guess I'm gonna
Back
I
now.
ain't seen no
All
gameplay yet.
There is no gameplay.
Ain't
It's
no
all
gameplay.
Yeah, there
CGI.
ain't no
Nah, it's
gameplay.
all
This is just
CGI,
CGI
yeah.
right here.
Oh, this the
Oh
game I
man,
thought
this
was.
game ain't gonna. It ain't gonna look nothing like this when it
Nothing
come
I
like
out.
thought
this.
this
No,
was
it's not.
Watch
Of course not.
Dogs. This the one I thought that was Watch Dogs when I first saw it.
Yeah, I thought it was like Watch Dogs 4 or something.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie. Shoot, I actually was intrigued about this game.
It looks like
It's
it's gonna be
CG.
decent, but it ain't
Nah,
coming
it's
till
CG. It's
2025.
CGI, bro. It ain't gonna look like that. It ain't gonna look.
Nothing like that.
Oh, I know.
Nothing at
This
all.
Hell,
this
Yeah,
how
I
this
mean,
how
no,
bro.
trust me, I
this
know.
how remember this how Redfall looked when they first showed it.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
Halo
Look
was
like
hella
you're
good
gonna
when
be
they first
battling
showed it.
against other people, see who can get to whatever
Uh-huh.
height you try to
But
get
that's
to
what
first.
contraband's all about though. Post.
Some
Is it?
Ocean of 12 type
Yeah,
shit.
you like you got teams, your heists, and you gotta compete with other teams.
Contraband. What's contraband?
That's
That's
Xbox
the
game
Xbox
joint.
exclusive,
Xbox
the Game
joint.
Pass.
Huh?
We probably see
I
it.
ain't know that. He said it
Yeah,
looked like
it's got
Redfall.
Avalanche Studios,
Oh
the
shit.
same developers that create Just Cause.
Just Cause, yeah.
Oh, it
Yeah.
said they got the closed beta signed up
Contraband is
now.
like
Yeah,
it's
I just signed up.
you compete with other teams to do like heists.
Like, is that already out
Yeah,
or is
look at
that
these
like coming to
lawyers. Boy,
Xbox?
They
No, we
got
haven't seen.
some
Get your
leaked footage
extra
of it.
wrong ass out of here. Did they make that? Did they make that money back in them 14 days? Fuck nigga.
Who
Oh shit! Hey,
made what
speaking
money?
of CGI, bro.
What?
Did it something that lie about Spider-Man 2? Remember what they showed us last year?
Oh
Man,
hell.
They
man.
said it was.
I'm gonna let
They
y'all
said it
have
was
that
a
one. I ain't
real
about to argue
in-engine
over
cutscene
shit.
or something. Is that what
They
you
said it
talking
was
about?
captured on
Hey,
PS5.
Mello. Hey, Mello.
Maybe it
What's
got
up, bro?
downgraded, bro.
Hey,
Maybe it
Mello.
got downgraded.
What's up?
Did Sony make that $4 billion back in 2 weeks?
Man, I'm still waiting. The math ain't math.
The math ain't math. The boy said
What you
they
talking about for
confused.
Bungie?
Third said, look at
Yeah.
these
And
lawyers. Yes, sir.
somebody
Somebody
told
said, look
us
at these lawyers.
that
Fuck out of here.
Sony purchased Bungie for $4 billion and they'll be able to
Hey,
make
my
that back
nigga.
in 14 days.
In
Hey, my
14
Do
nigga.
what
days.
Hey,
game? Because it ain't
pull
gonna
up
be Destiny.
Spider-Man. Look, hey,
Oh, you talking about the
Teddy.
Whisper?
Hey,
The Whisper.
Teddy. Hey, Dre. Look, pull up Spider-Man, my nigga. Look. You see the webs? The webs, they just don't stick.
Man, shit, nah, fuck that shit. I don't know
Nah,
who
they
the
don't
fuck
stick.
told y'all that about that shit. Look here, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give y'all the
I'm gonna come
411
back in
about
30
Bungie.
minutes to check the webs and make
I've
sure
been
they
No.
still
dealing
there.
with Bungie for almost 10 years now with fucking Destiny, and it's a love-hate relationship. Because
Yeah.
to this day, I still don't agree with that $4 billion price. That's way too much for them. Because Bungie is hit and miss.
Oh no,
They use them.
Bungie getting their money
Bungie's
worth.
hit and
They,
They're
miss.
not using them for
hey
anything,
yo,
bro.
hey Bungie doing more than making games. They over there. They over there directing traffic, bro.
They
They make
did that. They
they
got a
making
big
executive
hate.
orders.
Like, bro, they acting like Bungie's big shit. But let's be
Hey,
honest.
yo,
Let's be honest. Destiny damn near died out before it was even able to get started.
Oh
I
shit.
don't know why people
you talking
don't
about Destiny
realize
2?
that shit about Bungie.
You
No,
talking about Destiny 2?
no. Let me talk my shit real quick. Because damn it, this is something here. So I'm gonna give y'all a quick history lesson on Destiny and Bungie because it seemed like people like Jay and Z and them, they all think Bungie is like this big nice conglomerate, all because they know the live game model and all that. Cool, they may know it, but that don't mean they goddamn good at it.
You
So
said
I
why get
think
the
they're
info
pretty
on
good at it.
Contraband? They
I think they're
announced
trying to do
that
a lot.
when the game came out. Hold on, when they
yeah,
showed Contraband, they talked about the game, and that's what they said. It was a game like a heist. It was like a PvP, heist versus heist type of
No, I
game.
think
I'm gonna
they're.
look. I'll look it up.
I think
Yeah, we'll have
Bungie's
to look at
pretty.
that. Let me see here.
like people don't
I
realize
think they're
They
pretty
got
good
some
at it.
leak. They got some
They
leak
got to be
gameplay on
pretty good at it.
Contraband. Some gameplay leaked like a couple
My
months
only
ago
issue
too.
with them buying Bungie is they paid half or
Look,
over half of what
they
Microsoft
did.
paid
It
for
looked
publishing.
decent. I looked at it. I didn't really look
They
at the whole
did, but the
thing.
thing about
I
it is
glanced
this:
at it.
like, I don't know how Sony didn't realize. Oh, maybe we spent too much because I could have sworn, hell, Bungie when Destiny started off, it had the most rockiest fucking launch of a game I ever saw in my life. Then to make matters worse, cool. Now it finally got the kinks out. Now we're rocking and rolling. Okay, We go up into the first raid, vault of glass. That's all nice and dandy. Gallahorn becomes this big thing. Now people are starting to leave the game because why? People are gatekeeping their ass from even going into raids and all this other shit because you got to have a fucking Gallahorn. Well, you can't get a Gallahorn because the fucking exotic rate drop is fucking ass, and they didn't fix that drop rate until Taken King, the DLC that fucking saved the whole franchise. Because when you went into House of Wolves, you didn't have a raid there, but Dark Below you have a raid with Crota, but with House of Wolves, you got Prison of Elders, and then you got that fucking
Hey, yeah,
gas
that
raid.
Prison of Elders used to be
And then
cracked
you
back in
got
the day.
it was great, it was amazing, but then it got old, and it got old quick.
Skolas, we had to do
Yeah,
that.
Shut up.
That shit was tough.
On your mic with the $2. Teddy ain't lying. I've been saying this about Bungie.
Thank you. Like shit, bro. I mean, people to quit acting like Bungie was like this great thing because it wasn't.
So
I'll be
Teddy,
back.
Teddy,
When
what you
that
saying
One second, I'll
is,
be back.
so
people
what you
left
saying is,
Destiny. I
Teddy,
left Destiny after that.
Teddy. So what you saying is, them paying half of what Microsoft paid for Bethesda, that Sony pretty much got ripped off. That's what you're telling me,
Hell
Teddy?
yes, they got ripped off. When I found out how much they paid for, I was like, y'all fuckers paid for that, and
Hey
y'all
yo,
look here. The way I look at it is this: when Activision and them split, and Activision didn't take that IP from them, that should have told you right then and there. Maybe we might not want to fuck with them. That telling you something, because when the fuck has Activision ever split for somebody and not took that IP for themselves? Think about that. Let's be real here.
That's true.
hey, post check the link in the chat.
So now we go into Destiny 2, and Destiny 2 is just ass from beginning. It is horrible. Fucking horrible. Like what? You go in there, the DLC, the first DLC is okay. Then Curse of Osiris comes in. I completely stopped playing Destiny altogether until Warmind. Warmind saved Destiny 2. And now, luckily, we're finally able to even finish it. But let me tell you something. Destiny would not be where the fuck it is without Taking King and goddamn Warmind saving that shit. Because why? Destiny 1, they goddamn had people gatekeeping that shit. Whenever they got their Gallahorns, they would kick people off raids and shit. So it makes you not even want to play the bitch because you can't get in this shit. You can't level up a character. All that shit ended up getting fucked up. And then you go into Destiny 2. Now it's a 50 cap. It's for 50. It's for fucking casuals at this point because now everything's just easy to fucking get. You don't have to grind for shit. Everybody's complaining still because it's like, oh, it's so hard here. Oh, I can't get my Not Forgotten. I can't get this, but they can get that because they're good at the game. We need something to what you call it. Now you just completely made it just casual friendly, and everybody gets everything now. It's and then you go up to Lightfall. It ain't well received. Why, Sony, would you spend your $4 billion on these guys?
Because they wanted that live service expertise.
I
bro.
understand you
Because
wanted that live
but it's
service
hard. It's
thing.
hard to come by, bro. It's a supply and
I
demand
get it.
thing.
I don't know. Hold on. But look, I'm not faulting them for it, but you could have got it off a discount. Hell no, because let's face back here. They acquired Bungie, but they only acquired their expertise. They didn't acquire Bungie. Bungie can still make games for every fucking body.
They can still do what they want.
They can do whatever the fuck they want. Who wins out of this? Bungie, because
That's because they were desperate, bro.
And look here, and when it gets to the point to where Bungie and Sony can't coexist and shit, that's when Bungie's like, okay, well, fuck it, we don't want it, because at the end of the day, we can still leave and we still got our IP, we still have our marathon, we still have our matter, and y'all don't have shit except boo-boo fan faces and shit. So we still win. Like, we still got y'all $4 billion. Like, what the fuck, Sony? Like, I understand they needed the live service and shit, but I'll be honest, I would have probably talked to Activision before I talked to damn Bungie, because.
But they wasn't gonna be able to buy Activision.
I understand they wasn't gonna be able to buy Activision, but you can do a little bit of a partnership. You can at least get on the phone, be like, "Hey, how did this live service go? Can you give me a couple pointers or something like that?" You ain't gotta buy them. You ain't gotta buy them to goddamn ask for help. Get into a partnership with them or something.
But at that point, you're paying them to be a consultant. That's a lot of money. Still,
Yeah, I understand that. But see, I feel more comfortable spending $4 billion having them consult with us. I would rather spend my $4 billion for a consultant with Activision than buying $4 billion and they get to do whatever the fuck they want. And you didn't realize, oh fuck, I forgot. Activision once had them, and they let them go with their own IP because what was it? Was it Forsaken? Yeah, because Forsaken, they barely made any fucking money off Forsaken, not the way that we did it with Call of Duty. So of course they can have their fucking IP because we have Call of Duty, and Call of Duty makes 10 times more than what the fuck Destiny 2 was making. Because they were only making pennies on a fucking dollar with that damn Eververse shit. Because nobody wanted to fucking deal with that Eververse shit in Destiny. Let's go ahead and get that on out the way. That's a whole new can of worms right there. But yeah, that's what I got to say about that whole deal in a nutshell. Sorry, I didn't mean to just
no, that's
crazy with
good.
that. But that's all I wanted to say off of that. And I'm pretty sure people in the chat agree with me 110% who played Destiny and all that stuff. They know the struggles of how that bitch was when we first got on that bitch.
Interesting.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to rant there, but goddamn it, hell, I just want people to quit fucking around acting like Bungie's about to be Sony's fucking savior because this shit here is about to save shit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, I don't think they're gonna be their savior at all. I think they're gonna help them, but not save them.
Hell,
I think Bungie's still working for Microsoft.
matter of fact,
Control.
another thing, I need ponies to understand what acquirement means, what acquiring actually means, and what partnering means. Because they never
That's definitely a
acquired
partnership.
Bungie. They only paid for a partnership. Period.
No, they
Because
own it.
Bungie could leave at any time.
Sony owns Bungie. But they're not under the PlayStation umbrella. So PlayStation and Bungie are partnered, but Sony acquired Bungie. PlayStation has no say into like as far as Bungie's operation. But I think somebody in the higher ups made the call to let Bungie oversee
You know about this
game
shit
development.
right there, boy. You done got the prisoners running the prison.
I think somebody made the call to let Bungie oversee game
Boy,
development.
I ain't gonna lie,
And
boy. If I'm Santa Monica Studios or I'm Firewalk, you got Bungie old little high and mighty asses over there talking about hey, that shit right there ain't gonna fly. Go ahead and cancel it. Your
cancel
whole
that shit, bro.
reputation, you've been there since the very beginning, and these new blood motherfuckers come up in there and talk about your shit. Oh no. I couldn't
I bet that I bet Naughty Dog walked in that room smiling like, yeah, wait till they see this, man. It's gonna blow their mind. Bungie's like, nah, we ain't feeling that shit.
like, bro,
Cancel
like,
that.
do you know how demoralizing that gotta be for you to be like, oh, bro, hey, we got the shit right here. Herman done told us they like it. Now Bungie, now the two big dogs done came up in there was like, oh no, hey, scrap this shit, start it over again. Like, bro, like, boy, that gotta be some demoralizing shit.
Yeah, we ain't feeling that.
God,
Damn. Was fashions that bad? God damn.
that's but shit. For them to fuck around and be like, hey guys, look, factions. I know we announced it back then. Me personally, I feel like they announced factions way too goddamn early. But hey, you had to tell them, hey, we don't have a multiplayer. You could have just said, hey, we don't have a multiplayer, but it's coming soon, or it's coming in the next couple years. But I feel like you announced factions a little way too fucking early.
Well, I don't know if they announced it too early, as in they announced it before they knew Sony was going to buy Bungie. And it sounds like what Bungie has done is they have come in, evaluated where Sony currently is in terms of their live services, and like, nah, y'all need to change a whole lot.
Hell, they come up in there. They were like, "Oh, you don't have any microtransactions? I don't have a good name for you, but you could call it Silver." Oh, hey, hold up. Does this one? Oh, this. Oh, they don't have. You don't have like 3 classes on your thing. Oh no. You need like 3 classes. Get like 3 classes, and they each got to have like special abilities or something. Like the fuck. Like oh god. Like Jesus. Like part of this. And the worst part about it is, damn it, part of me hates Bungie, but then part of me is like happy for Bungie because damn it, they can make all this good shit and everything like that now. But fuck it, at this point, it's like damn, like is everything really going like Sony ain't what I thought it used to be. It ain't it ain't this big sunshine and rainbows. These fuckers is hurt.
Oh yeah, they hurt. Hey, have y'all? I got a game for y'all. A game recommendation, man. If you play Bramble,
You
it's a
Bramble.
played
game
what?
called Bramble. Bramble. It's
Bramble.
kind of like if you like games like Little Nightmares, stuff like that.
I never heard of
It's
it.
a really good game. Yeah, you probably gonna like it, Rose. I don't think you like scary games.
No, I don't.
Oh well, shit.
Yeah,
I'll
but
take
check
it.
that out, Ted. It's called Bramble.
Bramble.
Yeah, Bramble. It's
It's a
dope.
multi-plat.
Yeah, it's multiplayer. So just like MLB The Show, Sony first party not getting paid right. Be on the lookout for Sony Studios putting games on Xbox. Big facts. Big facts. We getting Spider-Man. It's coming. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have nothing, man. They had way too many studios to not have nothing there.
Well, remember what Noah said earlier. They shot their shot at the beginning of the generation.
Yeah.
That's what Sony's done. Remember Sony in the beginning of they had games, I think, in 2013 when the PlayStation 4 came out. Then for 2 years they didn't have anything, and then from like 2016, all the stuff that they had announced that kept getting delayed came out 2016, 17, 18 throughout the rest of the generation. That's what it's
Yeah,
happening.
look, remember the hype around the PS4 in the beginning wasn't around the games. They didn't have outside of like a few launch titles like Killzone and Infamous. They didn't really have that many like big blockbuster titles in the beginning. Those didn't start hitting around like the middle of the generation or later. If you look at the PS4, what sold the PS4 in the beginning was it was cheaper and it was the most powerful console. It had high resolution, but really nothing else besides that. And with the PS5, they pretty much the games the best games that sold on the PS4 at the end of the generation are the same games that they used to sell the PS5 in the beginning of the generation. They just remastered it, made it 60 frames, charged you an extra $10, and sold it like a brand new title.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically all they did.
A lot of smoke and mirrors, bro.
But
A
you know,
lot of smoke.
Sony didn't
They've
want to
been
hear that
riding.
though.
They've been riding on that. They've been riding on that 2016. I'll say 4 years. They had 4 years. They had
All right.
4 years where they were just especially with the media, like they were just the fan favorite, the media favorite. They've been riding on the success of that for the longest.
All right, I'm back. Let me see here. I think we could get ready to get up out of here, man. We had a long show today.
Oh yeah.
Kind of caught up from the previous days we didn't have no shows, but we gave y'all a long show today, baby.
Yeah, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? This is Contraband.
I basically gave them the history of Destiny.
Yeah. What's it?
I'm still puzzled by this whole Blizzard, not Blizzard, fucking Bungie. Bungie basically ripping off Sony, or Sony
Oh yeah.
basically. You know what? Let me rephrase that. Not Bungie ripping off Sony. Sony basically ripping themselves off.
Yeah.
Because shit.
So and the link is an open world co-op heist game. But I was hearing somewhere it was like there was some PvP involved. Maybe I misunderstood, but I think we'll see more of it at the show.
Yeah.
Sure hope so.
I mean, I'm about to say I hope so too. I mean, shoot, I hope Xbox knock the socks off this damn show there to the point to where Sony looks and be like, oh well, shit, maybe we might need to actually step our game up and quit being fucking complacent.
I saw some leaked gameplay of it a few months back, but I chose not to watch it because I wanted to be surprised when they showed it. Like I wanted to see it in good quality.
Yeah.
But now I wish I would have looked at it, like paid attention to it.
Well, thank y'all for showing up and showing out, man. We had like over 130 or 40 some people in here at one point. Want to thank y'all for continuously supporting the platform. What's today? Friday? Saturday is the State of Gaming. Tomorrow's another episode of State of Gaming. We'll see what we're gonna talk. Well, I didn't talk about the ABK. I'll talk about that tomorrow, man, with the appeal and stuff and all that. But
and the way news been cracking lately, ain't no telling.
Ain't no telling what might transgress between now and tomorrow, man.
Who getting canceled next?
Anything can happen in this console space. I found that out yesterday. At this point, anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, y'all be easy.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all be easy, man. We're going to catch y'all tomorrow, man.
Y'all take it easy.
Taught to never confess unless it's with the Lord. Count your blessings, no stress, this fuck shit, avoid it. Let your circle get small, these niggas is poison. Why you talking about love, she gon' be thinking abortions. Damn, remain alert so you won't be surprised. They might try to kill you first, hope inspire divide. This jealousy shit real, oozing out they eyes. They pretend to show love with hate reside inside. Shit, you gotta simple what they really worth. Might have to stoop to their level, can't let them hit you first. Don't let them threaten your life when it's money to make. Everybody got a price when they ain't cutting the cake.
Everybody knows how to do the hustle. Fake niggas out there flexing muscle.
Don't trust them,
don't forget, cause I know.
It might just be your own.
Don't sweat the hating niggas now. Don't sweat the hating niggas now. Don't sweat the hating niggas now. They ain't nothing.
It might just be your own. I see the smiles looking fake as ever. We used to run and hit the town, we changed the weather. Money accumulated on the road to better. Even hit some of my bitches, we shared some treasures. And yeah, I was devastated by the pain you left. Had to stay medicated, it was hard to accept. We grew up closer to family, I'll never forget. The connection we had, I knew it didn't exist. You was eating with the enemies, sitting at their table, giving them hugs and daps, toasting glasses like they made you. My brother warned me about the slick shit, I ain't listen to him. I never thought I'd be the one, put the pistol to him.
Everybody knows how to do the hustle. Fake niggas out there flexing muscle.
Don't trust them,
don't forget, cause I know.
It might just be your own.
Don't sweat the hating niggas now. Don't sweat the hating niggas now. Don't sweat the hating niggas now. They ain't nothing.
It might just be your own.